want to water, let me see you jets. If you had the hard ride, let me see you jets. Get some space, get some space, get some space. Time to water with it, 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 water with it. Water with it, 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 water with it. That's first down. Yeah, yeah. That's touchdown. Yeah, yeah. You want more? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Dolphins, won't you throw it up? Won't you throw it up? You in that east side, gon' throw it up. Gon' throw it up. What about that west side? Gon' throw it up. Gon' throw it up. Over in that yellow line, gon' throw it up. Won't you throw it up? Throw it up. If you down with the fans, let me see you jump. If you want to water, let me see you jump. If you had the hard ride, let me see you jump. Do that water. Shake it, shake it. If you down with the fans, let me see you jump. If you want to water, let me see you jump. If you had the hard ride, let me see you jump. Do that water. Shake it, shake it. Water with it, 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 water with it. Water with it, 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 water with it. That's first down. Yeah, yeah. That's touchdown. Yeah, yeah. You want more? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Do that water. Shake it, shake it. Do that water. Shake it, shake it. Who that? So low deep.
Hey guys, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Stephen D, and we are live on this Victory Monday Clock Blockers edition of Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Super excited that y'all are here with me this morning. Thank you for joining me, and I hope y'all are excited to watch and hang out and talk some Dolphins victory today here on this Monday, December 6th. A little bit, I want to apologize for being tardy to the party. Okay, I said tardy to the party. I said that. Okay. Look, when you have a 7-year-old who's staying at home for a week, yeah, so it was a little crazy in my household this morning. But hey, I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do it, and we're going to have some fun this morning. Want to give a big shout-out to everybody in the chat this morning. I see y'all are hyped already on this Victory Monday. Some of y'all are, y'all are just hype. I see y'all in the chat. I do want to say good morning to everybody in the chat. Alexander Lubin, Chef Zhu, Trey Burton, Pamela, Flipside Fishing is in the building. Joe, Revo, Shake Money, Nelson, Trey Burton, Frost, that is, Big Drip, ENT, A Dolphins, Grizzly. Who else I got in here? I got Chris Smith. I got Roadrunner. Andravius is in the building. Got Big Taz. Who else? Justin Duppler. What's up, Justin? How are you? Lost Fanaticos. Lakers all day. Cameron 954 is in the building. He's going to join me here real quick, so I am super excited about hanging out with him. and a whole bunch of other. Chris Smith, I'm sorry if I forgot you. Can't go all the way down because y'all have just been chatting it up this morning. Cruz Ruiz, you gets love, brother. You gets love. And Darren W., what's going on, gentlemen? Russell Voris, Omar Castro, what is up with everybody? How y'all doing today? Hey, man, I'm super excited. Before we get going, I got to do some housekeeping stuff. Number one, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have not done so already, sign up to become a member of the family. My Vin Diesel voice. I got to do it for y'all like Fast and Furious. Family. Sign up today. Become a member of the channel. There's 3 different tiers. Pick what tier is best for you and come on board to the greatest morning show and the greatest family that there's ever been. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, help the channel grow, just so y'all know, Thursday and Friday, we broke donation records. Shout out to you all, and I am very grateful for y'all. I don't care if y'all are able to donate $1 or whatever. Anytime you guys donate, I'm very grateful. But Thursday and Friday, y'all showed out, and I really appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you. There's 3 different ways to do it. There's the $ down at the bottom of the chat. You guys can also do PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network, or you can also do Cash App, which is $ MSM Podcast Network. Also, give a big shout out to our sponsor, Tailgate, who's also got their own bowl game in Orlando this year. It'll be on December 18th, I believe, or 17th. The Tailgate Cure Bowl in Orlando. It's going to be an awesome game. Make sure you guys go there. If you're in the Orlando area, it's going to be an awesome game. Raising a lot of money for a great cause, and it's really cool that they're the head title sponsor for that bowl. I'm excited about them. So shout out to Nick, Pat, all the people at Tailgate. Love you guys, and y'all the best sponsor I could have ever asked for. If you guys don't already know, I don't know where you've been living under a rock. Go to tailgreeter.com today or download the app and follow Tailgate on social media at Tailgate. Make sure y'all go do that. I do want to say a big shout out to y'all because hey, I hit a big milestone on Twitter yesterday. I had 1,000 people on Twitter yesterday. So shout out to y'all. I'm growing. Y'all are helping out. I appreciate that. So I am super excited. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget Instagram at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. All right. Without further ado, let's get into this morning. What a game. What a game. What a game. What a game. I am just super excited about everything here, man. Let me bring on my co-host for this morning. I don't know how long he's going to be able to stay, but I hope he's going to be able to stay for a while because I know there's a lot to talk about. So we'll hang out with my brother from another mother. You know him. You love him, from East 32 Dolphins Tailgate, my man Cameron. What's up, Cameron?
Good morning, man. How are you, Clock Blockers fan? Victory Monday.
Victory Monday. I hope it is, because I see in the chat people are there's a little arguing going on in the chat.
There ain't no arguing. There's
Victory Monday.
There's 1 or 2 out there that still don't believe the hype. Lakers day all day dope. I'm looking at you. But it's all good, man. It's all good. 5 in a row, man.
Before we get into the game, just tell me about the setup yesterday at the East 32 Dolphins Tailgate. How was that yesterday?
I'm whooped.
Are you whooped?
I am whooped. We're all whooped. East 32 is live, man. DJ Breezy 2 Fly was on the decks, keeping the party live. We had the return of the Dizzy Bat. We had a Giants fan take one for the team on the Dizzy Bat. We had Sonny's Cheesesteaks out there, Robert from Dirty Sportswear, and myself and a couple others slinging the cheesesteaks all day. We had around 350 people out there.
Oh man, that sounds like too much fun. I'm sorry.
Sorry
I wasn't there.
It was crazy. We had Fox, NFL Fox filming us for their pregame show. It was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, man. That is super exciting about that. Guys are doing big things over at East 32. And for those of you who don't know, we got a bye week coming up.
We're not losing next week.
we're not losing next week. You can't lose to the bye week. But we do have a game after that at home again. And the New York Jets are coming into town. And your boy, yours truly, is going to be there doing a live pregame show. Tell people how, if they want to come to the next tailgate, how they can come to the next tailgate, man.
Well, you just get on tailgreeter.com or download the app. That's the easiest way to access East 32 Dolphins Tailgate. It's free to download on Apple or Android platforms. And just search East 32 Dolphins Tailgate, and you can click on the particular game. There's only 2 more home games left. That is the Jets game, as you mentioned, on the 19th. And then January 9th, we have the Patriots coming in.
And I'll be at that one, too.
Right on. And so a special little announcement here to make. As you mentioned earlier, Tail Greeter is the name sponsor in Orlando at the Cure Bowl. They're also the name sponsor for the Boca Raton Bowl. And yours truly and East 32 Dolphins Tailgate will be hosting the VIP exclusive ESPN Tail Greeter pregame festivities at the Boca Raton Bowl.
And guess who will also be at that tailgate?
Clock Blockers in the house, Stephen.
Clock Blockers. We will be doing a live pregame show from the Boca Raton Bowl in the VIP section. I'm pretty excited about that, man.
We are pretty excited as well. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys want to show up to that, it's going to be a lot of fun. And just so you know, when you guys go look at the prices for those, they're great because they're all inclusive. They have everything there, food, and it's a lot of good stuff. If you have questions, you can always hit us up on social media, and we'll be happy to answer whatever questions you guys have. All right, enough about that. Enough of that. What about the game yesterday? The New York Giants came into town with backup quarterback Mike Glennon. The Dolphins were on a 4-game winning streak going into the game. What did you take away from the game? The Dolphins ended up winning 20-9. In my pregame show, which if you guys missed it was great. I did the whole pregame show with TD Finns Talk. We simulcast it on his platform and my platform. It was awesome.
Wish I could have been up there, man.
It was really good.
I couldn't even look up at the tailgate.
Tell me, what did you think just about the game in general yesterday?
There was number one. I think this game, from a fan's perspective, there was more visiting fans, Giants fans, and so granted, we live here, and we often joke that we live in South Florida. It's a 6th borough of New York, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of transplanted New Yorkers, especially Jets and Giants fans. Man, honest to God, it was at least 50% Giants fans in that stadium. It was loud for them. So when we got to going and Tua doing his thing and our defense shutting them down, the tide turns from the crowd, and it was a great atmosphere all around. The house was packed again, and that's what happens when you're on a win streak, right? But I was surprised, from the Giants' perspective, how well Glennon played. I mean, for somebody who's a career backup and obviously hasn't gotten many snaps this year, he did all right, especially against our defense. But I think our defense is the name of the game, number one. I think Tua looked a little not as sharp as usual. That said, I think he was 24 for 31, no interception. So you take that all day long, right?
He was 30 of 41, 244 yards. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah,
he was sacked twice. But I think overall he did a really good job, and he managed the game for us in the correct direction.
Man, and you hit the nail right on the head. Like, he is managing the game to wins, and it might be not as flashy as some of the other quarterbacks in this draft class. It might not be as flashy as some of the fans want it to be, throwing downfield 70 yards every pass play. That's just not going to happen because that's not Tua. But he's winning games, right? Like, he is managing this team to wins along with our defense. And,
and there was a lot of drops yesterday. There was a lot of drops in
there was
helmets, hands.
There was at least 3 we counted. There was also a couple throws that I think he rushed that were short. One to Albert Wilson on a 3rd down that could have been converted. one to Gesicki and an out route that he just overthrew a little bit. But again, I think that's nitpicking stuff. He managed the game.
I do too. If people want to go back and look, hey, his numbers weren't. He easily could have had maybe one other touchdown yesterday, and he, because of a drop pass that was on the money. It was a dime, and the other one that I think that you could look at too was just a lot of drop passes in general that stalled some drives. And so that's kind of, where I look at yesterday. What I do want to say, let's kind of break it down in its simplest form. Let's start on the defensive side. Jalen Phillips breaks the rookie sack record for the Miami Dolphins. He's at 8.5 sacks right now. He's had 5 sacks or 6 sacks. I'm not sure if it's 5 or 6 in his last 2 games. I think it's 5. But the kid looks good. I mean, he looks solid, and he seems to be progressing with every game. What are your thoughts of Jalen Phillips yesterday?
Yeah, you hit it right on the head there. He's progressing every game, and you can see his confidence grow, and you can see the team's confidence in him grow when he's out on the field. Like, we're starting now to expect him to do really good things, just as we expected other prolific defensive ends in Dolphins uniforms to do, and you can see his progression going towards that, Cam Wake, Jason Taylor type, arc. And I'm not saying he's anywhere close to that now, but you can see the potential there. And that's what's exciting for Dolphins fans. I also find it funny that, Jalen Waddle and Jalen Phillips are getting a lot of the hype now, but Javon Holland played a hell of a game yesterday. And I don't want any of us to forget, like, he might be the best rookie on this team. And I don't care what you say about the Waddle.
He's top 5 rookie in the NFL, maybe?
Dude, he's a top 5 safety in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Period.
He's awesome. He's awesome. What I will say is I love what the fact of what this defense is doing, but what these young guys are doing. And one of my biggest issues that I had with the coaching staff ending that losing streak of 7 games is I didn't feel that the coaching staff was developing players correctly. I gotta eat my words a little bit because is it either a talent thing or a developmental talent thing? What do you take into account of why these rookies, are they just the right guys? Are they just the right fit in the right system? What are your thoughts on that?
Man, sometimes it takes a little bit longer for teams to gel, but I will say this, that there's a lot of rookie coaches or younger coaches on this team too that are developing themselves. And Flores is in that same boat. Like, he's developing and growing as a coach. You're seeing all levels of this team develop simultaneously, not only the players, but the coaching staff and our GM. And it's pretty cool to see right now. And the results are a 5-game, winning streak. I do want to say real quick, a shout out to Batman 2423. He came up, introduced himself, man. What a great guy. I was really happy to meet him and glad he came up to East 32 and introduced himself, man. Looking forward to big things out of that guy.
Yeah, Batman 2423, host of the Miami Sports Fanatic Show. Make sure you guys go follow his YouTube channel. Batman's always been a big supporter of Miami sports music and myself, so big supporter of Batman. Thanks, Batman.
Thank you, Batman.
So look, here's something else. Let's kind of go to the offensive side of the ball yesterday. Let's talk about kind of the elephant in the room where I think some people are kind of hung up on, and that's Tua, right? And whether you're pro or anti, it doesn't matter. Tua yesterday throwing the ball 30 times. I mean, I'm looking here. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who got distributed the ball yesterday. Jalen Waddle had 9 receptions for 90 yards. Devontae Parker had 5 receptions for 62 yards. By the way, he made 1 catch that was just unbelievable yesterday, Devontae Parker. Gesicki, 7 receptions for 46. Albert Wilson, 4 receptions. Myles Gaskin, 2 receptions. Even Hunter Long got involved in the party yesterday with the reception.
You should have heard the sarcastic cheer when he made that.
Really?
That was funny. Like, everybody, like, people were like standing up cheering and they're like sarcastically. It was funny.
You look at that, plus the drops included. I feel like Tua had a really good game, in my opinion. in my
He
opinion.
did have, he did have game. It's funny is that he's kind of, put it out there, an expectation of this efficiency that he's going to do every week. And kind of, you got to realize it's not sustainable week in and week out, regardless of your opponent. Sometimes you're just going to have an off game. That said, he was 30th for 41. I think my issue is that he's throwing 41 times. And that's because we don't have a running game, that we don't have a bell cow running back or a running back that could take some of that load off of Tua. I noticed yesterday they played 4 and 5 wideouts more than I've ever seen this season. And I think it's too a product of our opponent and their weakness in the secondary and linebacking core, but also the fact that we don't run the ball, and we can't run the ball because, we can't rely on somebody to pick up 5-6 yards, every time we hand off the ball. And not having, Philip Lindsay was here for one game.
It made a big difference yesterday. I really think that's some of the reason we didn't run yesterday.
I don't disagree with you, and it's that's even more of a negative testament to our running back room now, right? That somebody who, we picked up off waivers from the Texans that, has had career hamstring injuries, came out, had 12 carries for 47 yards, and we think he's, the next coming of Larry Zonka. And he was missing yesterday, and it was, I think
it's funny that a player that had only been with us for a week and a half was missing, but the reality is it's true, because he made such an impact in that very first game. All right, let's kind of talk about it. So in the pregame show yesterday, I had some people on. I had TD on. TD and I had both predicted we're going to put up 40 points yesterday. Dolphins are going to have this big game. They're going to be an amazing thing. And so there was some disappointment yesterday. I think that we didn't blow out the Giants. Explain to me why I shouldn't look more into that, because, should I look more into it that we didn't blow them out, or am I like, what? It's okay. Our defense played lights out. They only held them to 9 points. We're on the right track.
Again, the expectation has to be limited, right? Like, this is still a youngish team. This is still a team that's, what are we, 6-7 now? 5-7 going into that game. Like, we are who our record says we are. And
we only scored 30 points once this year, and that was the week before. And I think the hype was, at least for me, was, hey, we're on an upward trend. So if we scored 30 points this week, we got to score 40 points next week. And the reality is that's not how the NFL works.
And listen, the Giants defense are no slouches, especially their front four. And you can tell, even though there was only one sack given up by the O-line, he was constantly under pressure. And I think I also noticed the game plan for Tua to roll out more than he did in previous games was evident. Like, he rolled out and threw some quick out passes to Wilson and to Gesicki, and I can't remember who the other tight end was that caught a pass, and it wasn't long. But anyway, he was rolling out of the pocket a little bit more, giving a little bit more versatility and time for him to make some reads.
All right, I want to just pause the conversation on Dolphin chat just for a second. I'm going to get right back to it, people. I got to ask you about this circus that is the Miami Hurricanes football program right now, because what's going on? Can you explain to me what's going on? Because I've read we've hired people, then I'm saying Manny Diaz is still out recruiting. What's going on, man? Can you explain any of it to me?
I mean, we shoot our shot, right? So what I read was that Mario Cristobal has been offered a 5-year contract and has until noon today to sign that contract. What that means, bro, like, who knows? What that does, though, is give Phil Knight opportunity to come in and pay that man. I'm still skeptical about the whole situation. Like, I understand Mario Cristobal is a Miami guy, grew up here, went to high school here, went to college here, coached here. You're still Miami Hurricanes in legacy, but it's really hard to compete against University of Oregon and their facilities and their deep pockets and the opportunities that any coach, regardless if it's Mario or anybody, has in Eugene, Oregon. And I work out there in Eugene, Oregon, even though I live here in South Florida. And when I tell you those facilities it's like, walking down the streets of Abu Dhabi. It's unbelievably beautiful. For me, it's it's a wait and see. But I also know that University of Miami Hurricanes in the past year and a half have quietly accrued 3 billionaire donors to their program. Yeah. Correct. And so I know they've improved their facilities. I know that they're recruiting better. And someone asked me yesterday, do you think Manny Diaz stays on? Does Mario keep
He's
him
still
on?
out recruiting. And so I got to interrupt. Some people are just finding it very offensive that a guy who's going to be replaced is going up to kids saying, hey, come play for my program. You might not even have a job in the next 24 hours. And then the other side to this is it's a very weird situation, because if you look at the last week and a half, people are like, get Manny Diaz out the building. Well, now people are finding empathy for Manny Diaz for what the University of Miami and how they're handling the situation. Let the guy go find a new guy, even if you get Cristobal or not. It's kind of crazy if you think about it,
Well, and that's kind of why I said what I said, like, perhaps Diaz, and I'm not the only one saying this. I've heard it, yesterday we talked a lot about it, out at East 32 about how Diaz potentially could stay in the program, which is mind-blowing to me as well. But we'll see what happens, man. We got till noon today, I guess.
Well, so just so everybody knows, there's an agreement on contract terms. He has not agreed to be the head coach yet. Correct. There's an agreement on contract terms, meaning that if he decides to come to the University of Miami, he's, there's already the contract in place. You're telling me he has till noon today. Not only that, they also have the new athletic director coming from Clemson, and which, by the way, I think is a huge move. I do think that was a big move.
And that guy had worked at the University of Miami before in the athletic department.
Yeah. But look at what he did at Clemson, and what he's able to potentially do here, I think, is a big deal. So, look, we'll see how it is. By the way, there's also a new rumor that one of those billionaire donors is making a push to build a new stadium in Coral Gables, a 50,000-seat stadium for the University of Miami football. What do you think of that?
That would be the best thing that program ever did or had, because it would attract, higher tier athletes to the, I think the Hard Rock Stadium for the Hurricanes is kind of a detractor for recruits.
Why is that? Explain that.
Because the travel to get there, the facilities aren't conducive to a college atmosphere, so to speak. It's just too big and cumbersome. You want something a little bit more intimate, I believe, and where fans are close to the stadium. But you also want it on campus, right? It's supposed to be the heartbeat of your university is your sports program, and University of Miami football. And I know some baseball guys out there are going to like me saying this, but it's the heartbeat of the University of Miami is the Canes football program.
All right, real quick. Let's just, if you want more up-to-date stuff, you can always tweet out to Cameron at Cameron954 or myself. I'll try to have updates as they come along, because it is a pretty big sports story. And, Miami's kind of at the center of the sports world right now with that. So, stay tuned for the latest updates with that. Do want to say that the Florida Panthers, shout out to one of the best hockey teams in the NHL right now.
Steve, the best
hockey team in the NFL, coming on a 3-game winning streak. Beating Saturday, they beat the St. Louis Blues. Thursday, they beat the Buffalo Sabres, and Tuesday they beat the Washington Capitals. Right now, they look so good. They're 17-4. They've only lost 4 games. They look good, man. They look good. Explain to me what you see right now from the Florida Panthers.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Brad Wims in the chat, man.
Brad Wimes is in the building.
What's up, my brother? The Panthers.
I love Brad. Just so everybody knows, if you're ever having a down day, or you just do not feel good, go to Brad's Instagram or TikTok. It is the most motivational thing you'll see. And Brad is, I love Brad. Just so everybody knows, I love that man. Go ahead, Cameron. I'm sorry.
Good people right there in Brad, man. And he's doing, he's working for our community. Let's just say that that guy puts his life on the line every day for us.
Yep. Military.
Hey,
Panthers.
so what's that?
Panthers.
They're the best team in the NHL. They had 3 wins against top-tier teams last week, and did you see how they did it? I think 2 of the games they scored 3 or 4 third period goals to come back and capture win.
The St. Louis Blues, they won in a shootout, and the Capitals game, I think they won in the last period. So
yeah, they had like 4 goals in the third period, I believe.
Yeah.
The thing about the NHL season on a whole is it's a grind, right? Week in, week out, like it's a long season. These athletes are come close to playoff time, really, skating on fumes. That said, like, this is a deep team. This is a team that goes 4 lines deep, that can score on you at any moment. They have one of the best power plays in the NHL. They kill power plays at a great rate.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to be honest, I think after a hot start, both their goaltenders have kind of regressed to a median. That said, they have solid goaltending. I say probably the goaltending
Alexander, stop hating with your Islanders fan self.
Who's the Esther that's a Spurs fan? They suck too. Man.
I know.
But listen, the Panthers are not trash. They're the best team in the NHL. And, if you haven't gone out to whatever they call it, stadium out in Sunrise, Florida, it's a fun time, man. The place is packed every night.
Solo loves it. Solo says it's one of the best experiences he's ever had at
it's a lot of fun,
event. All right, real quick, let's just go to the Heat. The Heat are 14-10. They're 4th in the Eastern Conference right now. All those teams in the East are kind of jumbled up. They started out hot. They started out really hot, and then they kind of died off a little bit, but they're right there in the thick of it. First place is Brooklyn Nets at 16-7. So they're 2.5 games out of the first seed. I know it's so early. What do you think right now about the Miami Heat?
Again, they're a top 4 team in the East. Again, it's a long season. You want to steer away from any really long-term injuries, and they have, knock on wood, so far. Bam's battling a knee injury. He's been out a couple games. Hopefully it's nothing long-term. I know Butler had a tailbone injury, so they're dinged up, right?
Yep.
But that said, they're deeper than last year's team, and they're going to be able to sustain success a little bit better than last year's teams because of their depth. You saw Lowry take the team on their back the other night for a great win against, I think, the Pacers on the road. So, man, it's going to be a fun season post Valentine's Day in the NBA and the NHL for both of our Florida teams.
Yep, we'll definitely have stuff to look forward to after football season. I know that.
Yeah, speaking of looking forward to something, I think I raked you over the coals the other day for not mentioning the Marlins.
The Marlins. I was going to get to that. All right. Just so everybody knows, we're going to get back to Dolphin talk. We're getting there. I want to go over some of the biggest stories because I don't think people realize South Florida is one of the hottest beds for sports right now. In all, NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and football. Right now, South Florida is one of the hottest places to watch any sport that you like. It's crazy. So let's kind of get into just a little bit of baseball talk real quick, briefly, because I don't want people to leave and go away. Guys, we're going to talk Dolphins again. Calm down. I do want to talk real quick. Major League Baseball. I'm going to have Xavier Scruggs on. I talked with Xavier over the weekend from ESPN. Xavier is going to come on sometime this week to talk about the Major League Baseball lockout. This is the first time in 26 years that there's been a lockout.
20 years, yeah.
Explain to people who don't really watch baseball what's going on. But at the same time, before the lockout was happening, the Marlins were making some pretty big moves. Just give me your take on everything.
Man, it's a lockout that I think is not as serious as the one 20 years ago. I think it'll be something that can be resolved fairly quickly. The two sides aren't that far apart as far as agreement on things, and It's starting service time, I think, is the biggest hurdle. You meaning that players who enter the league, are on a clock once they hit Major League Baseball paychecks, and those teams have control over a certain period of time during the season if the player starts past a certain date. I know that's kind of convoluted what I said, but service time standards are a big negotiating part of this. A playoff format, including more playoff teams in a more streamlined playoff scenario, I think is on the table as well, and something that's going to be a heated negotiation. But things like play clock and universal DH, a couple things off the top of my head, I don't see those as major issues that are going to be resolved pretty quickly.
Whenever I figure out that I'm getting Xavier Scruggs on, I'll let you know, and I'll have you on with me because I know there's a lot that I want to talk about with Xavier Scruggs. So be on the lookout for that. Xavier Scruggs doing big things for Major League Baseball on ESPN. If you guys want to go just see a really cool guy on TikTok and also Instagram, go check out my man Xavier Scruggs. It's great content he has on social media. All right, enough of that. Let's kind of get back into the talk because and open up the lines here in a second. What do you expect to hear from people today about Dolphin talk on Victory Monday? Because I don't think it's all going to be positive on Victory Monday from some of the fans. What do you think you're going to hear?
Out something negative.
Go ahead.
What the hell happened to Jason Sanders?
Jason Sanders has completely fallen off. He does not. And the funny part is, it's not funny. He doesn't look confident. He doesn't even look confident going out there for field goals. And if you had asked us several weeks ago, hey, we have a top 3 kicker in the league, I can't say that now. And it's so funny because kickers can be very finicky. And, I feel like it's the same thing with in baseball. To go back to baseball, there's this thing called the yips, right? And there's this term. And I feel like right now it's a confidence issue for Jason Sanders. The field goals he missed yesterday, it wasn't because it wasn't long enough.
It was,
so I don't think he is a bad kicker. I think he needs to get out of his own head. And I'm not, and people are saying the money went to his head. I won't say that, but something changed, and it's changed over the course of the last several weeks. And then the question is, how do you get Jason Sanders to change that mindset? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, rocking a hard place, right? Because as a coach, you want to rely on your kicker. He's often put in positions to win or lose a game, and more often than times than not this year, he's not done the winning. Mm-hmm. And all those kicks add up during the year. So, it is, I agree 100% that I think it's a confidence issue. No one, when they're on the field, they don't think about their money. I'll tell you that much. And so I take that out of the equation, but I think he's just got to keep practicing, keep grinding, and keep, practicing hard to get his confidence back and show this team that he can be relied on. I mean,
do you
give him a contract, so they're not going to freaking cut him.
No, I get that. So I want to go back. So I don't remember the full tenure of Alindo Mare, but I know he kicked here a long time, right? Pete Stoyanovich.
Stoyanovich too, yeah.
Did these guys ever? Can you remember these guys ever having stretches where they weren't as confident or as reliable as we know them to be post their career?
Specific to those two kickers, I can't tell you that I remember, but I'll tell you that it's often said that kickers are streaky because of what goes on between their ears, right? Like you got Mason Crosby in Green Bay, who's historically one of the best kickers in NFL history. And I know just repeated myself, but he's had a horrible year. But Green Bay and the coaching staff and the team know he's a Hall of Fame worthy kicker, and that they keep going back to him and that he'll pull through for him. Justin Tucker, who's I think the best kicker in the NFL, 2 years ago couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. So I think kickers go through this, and we're experiencing it with Jason Sanders right now.
I agree. I think people need to calm down with him. He's going to be fine. And I think that we just need to stick it out and just have confidence. And when he comes onto the field, we need to be cheering for him and letting him know that the fans have his back. I really believe that. I really believe that he just needs to know that we have his back and that he's not going anywhere.
And speaking of Justin Tucker, if you guys didn't see the end of the Ravens-Steelers game yesterday, which
God, man,
that was crazy. But just watch the onside kick that he did at the end of that game with 12 seconds left. It was crazy.
It was insane. Speaking of rules. The one thing I want to see the NFL change is the rules for onside kicking. I want them to change it back to what it was, because I feel like you don't. I think there's been 3 onside kicks recovered this year alone. That's it, maybe 2.
It's supposed to. The rules were instilled this year to help protect the players even further, and it's taken the excitement out of the game a little bit. That said, like I understand from the player's perspective that you got basically these heat-seeking missiles taking out other players, right? On an onside kick just to recover the ball. But it's football. That's what you sign up for. So, I'm kind of stuck in the middle. I want to see, the more exciting, and not just onside kicks, but kickoffs in general. I think you should move the ball back to the 20-yard line and kick it off. I want to see guys bring it back from the goal line or 5 yards deep, because they know they can, gain 30, 40 yards like back in the day. And I think that's an exciting part of the game that's been taken out.
Yeah, 100%. There's one more thing I want to talk about before we open it up to the fans. And real quick, I'll just answer this question from Pam before I go into what I want to talk about. Clock blockers, why do we let Brandon Fields go best punter in the NFL? I don't know if you know this or not, but Michael Parladay is killing it right now. He's one of the top punters in the league. Love this kid. What do you think about Parladay, Cameron?
I watched that guy in camp. Man, he was amazing just watching what he does. Like
Parladay's an upgrade, 100%.
I agree. And the ability he has to direct the ball is uncanny. It's really pretty cool to see. I know the results haven't been, right out of the gate like we wanted him to, but to your point, he's playing a lot better.
Yeah, he had the longest punt of his career yesterday with us, and it was really, really good.
Speaking of kickers, I was just real quick looking up these stats of Olindo Mare, because it got me to thinking. Olindo, he averaged 47 kicks, a season, but over the course of his career, he attempted 439 field goals. How many do you think he made?
How many did he attempt?
439 field goals.
How many did he make? I think over 400.
356.
Oh, so he missed a lot.
He missed, 70-ish kicks. He attempted 493 extra points, and made 487. But that said, extra points were a lot closer back then.
Yeah, they weren't a field goal that they are today. Okay. All right. Last thing I want to talk about before we open up the lines to people is just kind of where we're at in the seeding in the games yesterday. Yesterday, it was great seeing Vegas go down. Who else lost yesterday that was big? Denver losing was good for us yesterday. But the one game that, we really wanted to see was, look, the Colts weren't losing to Houston, so we could just forget about that. But I wanted to see Baltimore do it. Baltimore ties the game up with about 14 seconds left, or it doesn't tie the game up. They scored a touchdown.
They were 1 point down.
They were 1 point down, yes. They were one point down.
For 2 instead of tying the game.
Correct. And now it's come out that they were down to their 2 corners, two secondary people, because Marlon Humphrey had gotten hurt. And so that was the decision that was made for Harbaugh. Just your thoughts quickly on that Baltimore game. I like the aggressiveness. My wife thought it was stupid in the time. My friends who were here in Baltimore, they were upset, but once they found out about Marlon Humphrey, they justified it. What do you think?
I didn't hear about the Marlon Humphrey decision. I knew that he was injured, but to make a decision to win or possibly tie a game based on your secondary personnel of your defense kind of has my head scratching a little bit.
Yeah.
But I liked the call at the time because of the momentum Jackson and the Ravens had on their side. And let's be honest with you, like if he just puts like an iota of more loft on that ball, Andrews makes that catch because it was a terrific play call. But I'll go back to the play before that, the play before the touchdown, that he missed a wide open Andrews down the seam, and that could have won the game there for them, and give them more time. But that said, we needed the Steelers to lose. That kind of hurt a little bit for our playoff chances.
It did. All right, let's bring on the playoff picture here real quick. So the playoff picture, if you're currently looking at it as is, 1st through 4 are all tied at 8-4. I don't remember a time that I've ever seen that this late in the season. Look, everybody's jumbled up. 5, 6, and 7th place, 7-4 and 7-5. Buffalo playing tonight, so we'll see what happens there. And then.
Talk about that Buffalo Patriots game, man. Who would you want to win or lose? Because, head to head, we've lost to Buffalo twice, but we've beat the Patriots once and have Patriots at the end of the year and potentially go into a playoff winner get in scenario with the Patriots at the end of the year.
This is so tough for me. So I've done a million playoff generator things, and I have a very difficult time rooting for Buffalo or New England, but I think tonight I have to go with rooting for Buffalo because we own the tiebreaker with New England as is at the moment, right?
Exactly.
We won't own the tiebreaker with Buffalo. There's a reality here. And that reality is if New England and Buffalo split and then those teams go out and lose other games in their remaining schedule, teams that they might not lose against, there is that outside possibility that Miami could even creep up into the division, which I think is 1,000,000 to 1 shot. So with that being said, I think I have to go for Buffalo tonight over New England. I just think that works out best for us in our scenario to get into the playoffs because it allows us the opportunity to come week 18, that last game, as you just said, could be for a playoff spot.
So look at who we'd have to leapfrog, right? The Steelers, the Colts, the Raiders.
So right now we're sitting in 13th place, right? Denver's in front of us at a half a game.
Yep.
Cleveland's in front of us. Vegas is in front of us at a half a game. Indianapolis is in front of us in a full game, and Pittsburgh's in front of us with, I guess, a game and a half because of the stupid tie that they had. Which, by the way, I know people say, I just want teams to tie sometimes. Ties hurt. They do not help people. Except the team that it is. And then you go and you look at Cincinnati, and you got Cincinnati and the Chargers, who played each other yesterday. And Cincinnati got they just did not look good at all. Well, you were about to say something.
No, I was just want to look at the schedule of the Steelers, Colts, Raiders, Browns, and Broncos, the teams that we have to leapfrog it going into a bye week. So we'll be 6 and 7 going into the Jets, right?
Yes. So because the way the schedule is set up is it's an outside possibility we can get into the 7th seed during our bye week, depending on how some of these games go. I don't think that's going to happen. So with that being said, we could make we as long as we beat the Jets, which we will. I do believe after the Jets game, after that 4:00 game, I think there's going to happen on that Sunday. Miami comes Sunday Night Football 2 weeks from now, could be sitting in the 7th seed after that Jets game, as long as we win.
So at 6 and 7, if let's say we're 7 and 7, right? So next week is what, the week 14?
Correct. So let's look at Cincinnati. So Cincinnati next week has
San Francisco in Cincinnati.
Yes.
Great game. A potential loss for the Bengals.
Potentially. And then they have Denver. And I know Denver did not look good last night, but their defense is no pushover. And Cincinnati is they don't have Patrick Mahomes.
But look at the other teams that that could go to 6 and 7. The Raiders at the Chiefs. So that's a favorable matchup for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, if you go and you look here, the last few games for them, so the remaining schedule for them is the Chiefs, the Browns, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Chargers. I need people to know it's not like, hey, we got to hope a lot of things happen. We do, but a lot of these teams play each other. The teams that are sitting at 7-5 right now and one game ahead of us or half a game ahead of us, they play each other. So the odds that all of these teams win and stay in front of us, it's a statistical, it won't happen. They're going to lose. So we are eventually going to get it. Here's the reality of what's going to happen. Worst case scenario, we're in and again, this is as long as we win out, which I think we are. We're going to be sitting at the 8th and 9th seed. Worst case scenario at 10 and 7. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that what's going to be the case is we get 10 and 7, we're in. It's an 84 or 86% chance that the Dolphins make the playoffs at 10 and 7. And I don't see us not doing that because I don't see these teams are going to beat each other up. Look, here's a reality. We lost to Vegas. We lost to Indy. We need those teams to lose no matter what. Right? And we can't worry about Buffalo because I think Buffalo and New England are going to end up duking it out for the division. And the hope is that Buffalo wins, New England loses, and week 18 comes and we get to see these teams play each other. So, that's for the final playoff spot. Pittsburgh is the one team that honestly could screw us, and it's because of the tie. And it's because their final remaining games are Minnesota on Thursday night, which we need to be big Minnesota fans on Thursday. Tennessee, Kansas City, Cleveland, and Baltimore. And Pittsburgh's hitting a stride right now. You don't have anything to say on that?
Pittsburgh, man, they don't. You don't know what you're going to get one week or another.
They're flip flop. They are the definition of flip flop.
They are flip floppers.
You know.
But you look at so I'm just looking at the schedule. So you like you said, Steelers at Vikings. That could be a Vikings win. They're both. Who cares about the Vikings other than they play well at home. Titans are 8-4. We're not going to talk about them. Raiders play at the Chiefs, all right? And Kansas City's been playing better ball. Their offense is starting to gel. Raiders always play the Chiefs, well. So, but it's in Kansas City. I expect the Chiefs to win. Correct. Who else do we got? We talked about the Browns. You got the Ravens at the Browns. To me, that's a huge game for the Dolphins, right?
Well, yes, and they played last week, and Baltimore won. I believe it was Sunday Night Football against the Browns, and it wasn't that great of a game. Baltimore squeaked it out, but they both played like crap. It was a horrible game to watch.
Lions play at the Broncos, so there's as much as we all love Dan Campbell, and they got their first dub yesterday, that ain't going to happen.
Shout out to Detroit for winning their first game on a walk-off touchdown.
So, and then do we even talk about the Bengals? The 49ers play at the Bengals. I can see San Francisco going in there and winning. Joe Burrow's got a dislocated pinky or, issues with his hand. That said, Cincinnati, to me, is kind of the most complete game, despite the complete team in the AFC. To me, their record aside, because they have Joe Mixon, they have a suffocating defense. They have a playmaker in Jamar Chase. They have a really good tight end, and I cannot pronounce his name, Kuzma or whatever. And Joe Burrow's been playing solid football. So,
all right, well, let Cincinnati, right? So let's go. They play San Francisco next week. Win or loss?
I got to say it's a win
For them,
for the
right?
Bengals. For the Bengals.
Yeah. Yep. At Denver.
Loss.
Versus Baltimore.
Where?
In Baltimore.
Loss.
At home. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's not at Baltimore. It's at Cincinnati. It's at Cincinnati.
Then that makes it even. I don't know.
All right. And then they play Kansas City in Cincinnati. But I think they lose to Kansas City, honestly.
Let's see how.
And then they play at Cleveland at the end.
So the next 4 games for them can go either way, right?
Could go either way
For all of those games.
And the funny part is Denver and Cleveland and technically Baltimore and Kansas City could be teams that we may have to
leapfrog
with tiebreakers against.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize this is jumbled up right now. The first and fourth place teams, 1 through 4, are 8-4. 5 and 6 and 5, 6 and 7, or 7 and 4 and 7 and 5. We'll see after tonight what the deal is with that, right? And these teams are going to beat each other up. We're going to know more after the Jets game. We're going to win, and we're going to know a lot more about where the playoff picture stands. Because then at that point, there's 3 weeks left. Everybody's had their bye week, and we're going to know what we're going to need to win out, but we're going to know what other teams need to do. There's just way too much jumbled up. Way too much jumbled up.
It'd be fun for the team to sit on the couch and rest this week, get everything together, get people healthy.
What do you think about taking a bye week this week?
Man, I love it, and I think it was strategic, right? Like I think,
we had the opportunity to take it after the London game or this week, and we chose to take it this week.
Well, you look at the schedule and inserting the bye week this week, I think was really instrumental because you want to play your best football down the stretch, get everybody healthy, right? And that's kind of what they did, what they are doing.
Do you think it takes a dive or it hurts the momentum swing that we're in right now?
No, not at all, man, because good coaching – we'll see, right? Coming out of the bye, good coaches have their teams prepared to play. And it's all about getting this team healthy, right? Getting Lindsey back, getting Parker fully healed. Who else are we missing that's injured? Like Will Fuller, come on now. I wish I had his agent.
I know, right? All right, y'all. This is Clap Blockers, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I'm your host, Stephen D. I got my man Cameron 954 who's going to drop off here in a little bit. But we are going to bring on you, the fans, and they'll stay on just for a little bit while the fans are on. So if you guys want to ask a question or get your thoughts or your takes in, the rest of the show is going to be your show. So I'm dropping the link in the chat for you guys. It should be a lot of fun. I know it's going to be a little crazy, probably a little bit heated, debated. But just remember, it's Victory Monday, people. And we won. And we're on a 5-game win streak. And we're the second hottest team in football right now.
And as Von954 says, playoffs?
Playoffs? We're just trying to win a game.
Jolie.
Right, let me bring on the ladies of football first. Jolie and Pamela. What's up, ladies?
Hey.
What's up, ladies? How you doing, Pam?
All right, Cam. How you doing?
Hey, Pam.
Good morning,
Hey,
Jolie.
Jolie. So,
Yeah.
Cameron, this is the first time I've heard you say you were tired.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tired.
Normally you're just like a robot. You just keep on going, man.
Yeah, I know it. And Stephen D saved me from the gym this morning. I still might hit it though.
Well, that probably won't hurt you, but take it easy, man. You still got some time this season.
I appreciate you, Pam.
Mm-hmm.
Jolie, what's up, Jolie?
Hey. Listen, it feels good. 5 wins.
It does.
5 straight wins. It feels really, really good. But I have to ask Cameron because I was talking to somebody last night and to be honest with you, we found a path a ridiculous path to the Super Bowl. I know I'm insane, but
No, I've been
you're
talking
not.
about it.
but
Talk
I
about it.
would say we'd win it. I say a path. Let's say we do win out. Let's say we clinch that 7th seed, end up playing with it. Do you think with this team we have enough to actually win the playoff game, regardless of who it is against?
The way, Jolie, to answer your question, the way this defense is playing right now, I say yeah.
And also the way everybody, offense, defense, we're trending upwards. I mean, they are getting better and better every week. So I say yes.
All right.
I was concerned about this bye week being so late, but the way it's worked out and the way we've done, I'm so glad our bye week is now.
I think it's a big deal that it is. And to answer your question before I bring on other people, Jolie, I'll say this. I think Dolphins defense is in the last 5 weeks, maybe top 3 defense in the NFL the last 5 weeks.
Easily.
And if you think about it, when you're playing playoff football, it's 3 different seasons. You have regular, playoff, and obviously Super Bowl. But at this point, we're playing like a playoff team. If you really think about it, every game has win or go home. Every single game has been win or go home within the last 5 weeks and what we have left in the season. So we've already played with that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what's going to help us to be able to actually, continue that with hopefully the playoffs once, we do get in. So that's what I wanted to go ahead and ask, because I feel like even though we may be in, can we go ahead and actually make it happen? It ends up being defense is what wins those.
Defense wins championships, and that saying goes for any model, especially where we're in now. All right, let me bring on a couple of other people. Let me bring on Marcus J. and the Two in Air fan club president himself, Mr. Andre.
What's up, fellas? What's up, ladies?
All right.
Good morning.
So, Cameron, I got a question I wanted to ask you. Specifically,
everybody wants to ask Cameron questions. Cameron, why are you so popular on the morning show, man?
Hey, bring it, man! It's Victory Monday.
There we go. So, do you think? I mean, given our O-line has been somewhat improving over the past few weeks, right? Namely in terms of penalties, but also in a couple of other minor areas. How much improvement do you honestly think we can get from this unit going into the final week of the season and maybe even into the playoffs, right? Do you think there's much more room for them to squeeze out some benefit this year, or do you think they're basically at where they're going to be and we got to wait till next year?
No, you know what? That's a great question, but you got to look at it big picture, right? It's mainly outside of Davis, a really young offensive line that's going to grow together, right? So just like the rest of this young team, they're going to have growing pains, and you're seeing them incrementally get better. And it's just like Tua and the backfield and whatever other young players we have. Jalen Phillips at the beginning of the year was getting skewered, but now look at him, and these guys are getting confidence. They're learning how to play the NFL game and growing together. And I think people overlook Liam Eichenberg and knowing that he's a rookie, and that Hunt, is a second-year player. And, Dieter came back yesterday and played pretty well. So to answer your question, and the jury's still out on Jackson, but I think kicking him inside the guard was a good thing. These guys are gelling as a unit, and that's what you want to see. That's why you drafted them as you did.
Okay, but specifically for this year, do you think we can go from, say, 30th O-line in the league to maybe 25th? Or, where do you think that kind of ceiling is for this unit this year?
As long as their play helps translate to win, I don't care if they're 30 or 22nd or 15th. To answer your question specifically, I think they're going to be a bottom third rated offensive line, to be honest with you, when the season ends. But like I said before, they're young and gelling and getting better as a unit.
100%. Two in Air fan club president, how you feeling this morning about your boy?
I'm feeling great, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he didn't have the best game yesterday, but I mean, come on. Who's going to be mad at 200 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and a victory? How can you be mad at that? But some people, of course,
some people are going, haters are going,
anything. The offense didn't do anything yesterday. It was all about the defense. As if the defense is not supposed to show up.
Right? Hey, you got a leak in your apartment?
You say what?
You got a ceiling leak in your apartment?
I don't think so.
He wants to know why you're wearing a towel.
Oh, it's cold. This isn't a towel. This is a throw.
It's a throw? All right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was so good. He turned around. He's like, he got what? All right, let me bring on my man D1, the Giants. Keller, what's up, D1?
Good morning, my Dolphin family. How's the girls doing? The men, Cameron, everybody. What's a beautiful Monday?
Hey, D1.
What's up, D1?
It's such a beautiful Monday. 5-game winning streak. We've been playing playoff football for the last 5 weeks. Basically, doing or dying. There were 5 games to start the year. I circled 5 games. I called it our bugaboo games. It was versus teams that we've had horrible records against. I mean, we were 1-8 versus the Texans. We beat them. We were 2-11 versus the Ravens. We beat them. We were 2-7 versus the Giants and beat them. We beat the Patriots in Foxborough. So those were my bugaboo games this year, and we've won all of them.
That's a great take, D1.
Because if you would have told me by week 13 that we would have beat all those bugaboo teams, I would have told you that we are automatically playoff berth. But that's not how it went.
But conversely, we lose the games to teams that we're supposed to beat, like Jacksonville and
exactly.
The Raiders
and the
Atlanta,
Falcons.
yeah,
and the Falcons.
Get down to the competition. That's why.
And like I said, those were the 4 games where I circled on the calendar like, we have to beat these teams. This is going on. Them kicking our butts has gone on long enough.
No doubt.
And I'm happy that we were able to beat these 4 teams. And the sky's the limit right now. We're 6-7. The second longest win streak in the NFL. One of the hottest teams in the NFL. The defense is playing as a top 2 defensive unit these last 5 weeks, just behind the Patriots. What more needs to be said? Fins up.
And actually, I think those stats are kind of skewed because of the offensive time that the Chiefs have been on the field. I actually think that we could easily beat the number 1 defense in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw last night in the playoff picture, the Dolphins in the hunt, I slightly cried. I was so happy. I took a picture because I was finally we're in the hunt.
Yeah, it was funny to see those things yesterday. All right, let me bring on 2 guys from New York, Alexander Renee Diaz and Todd L. What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, man? What's up, guys? Victory Monday. I got 5 on it.
What's up, Todd?
Hey, I'm not from New York.
Where are you from, Todd?
I'm in Jacksonville.
He's right up the road from me.
You're not a New Yorker? I thought
that is not a Jacksonville accent. That is not a Jacksonville accent.
Todd, that sounds like a New York accent.
I was actually born in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida.
All right, well, Todd, wow. I said wrong. I apologize.
He's a Florida boy.
Hey,
wow.
And to correct Cameron, Bam is out 8 weeks.
Oof.
He had finger surgery.
Yeah, thumb surgery. I think it was like thumb surgery or something.
Hey, Knicks fan, be quiet down there, Knicks and Islanders fan.
Oh, but hey, you know what though? This team reminds me of. Remember when Baltimore did the run?
With
the great defense and
2008
Flacco as their quarterback. The only thing we're missing is the run game, but Tua's short passes equal out to that run game.
It really does. It really does. That's a good take.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a big difference between that Baltimore team and this team. Number one, it's very tough to make a comparison. I think our defense is good. I think our defense is great, actually. I don't, but I need to see a little bit more before I start comparing them to the Baltimore defense. But what I'll say is the biggest difference is, that O-line. That O-line, Baltimore didn't have as much of a problem with their O-line as we do. And I think, honestly, that's going to be our biggest thing going in down the stretch is that.
Steven, the thing about comparing the two defenses is that that Baltimore defense had veterans, lots of veterans. Yep. What we have is rookies who are trending up. They're getting better and better and better. So I think it's difficult to do the comparison because of that.
100%. All right, let me bring on one other person that I can fit up here. I do have people in the back, Lakers all day and Polo. I'll bring you gentlemen on in a little bit. But let me bring on my boy with the best last name in the business. What's his name, everybody? Christolakis. What's up, Christolakis?
Oh, it's such a beautiful morning. How's everyone doing?
Hey.
Top of the morning.
Good morning.
I'm headed right now to my office, they all support the Giants, so this is going to be very interesting.
Oh, great. Now, Christolakis, you're up in Jersey, right?
No, I'm in
Jersey. I'm in Jersey.
Christolakis, where are you at?
Long Island.
Okay, you're in New York. All right. So you're about to really are you wearing any Dolphin stuff?
No, I can't wear. I
got my Dolphin stuff on. I got all these. I didn't go by 10 Giants fans already this morning.
Do you have your own office? Do you have like a desk that has like Dolphin stuff on it at all, Crystal?
I have nothing.
Where you could just point to it?
I have nothing Dolphins until we win a playoff game. I told myself I am not spending another dollar on this team until we win a playoff game. I have a Mike Wallace jersey. That's my last purchase.
Oh, wow.
Mike Wallace jersey, really?
You brave.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
I got to roll, man. My daughter's school just
Mike Wallace jersey.
All black.
All right.
Oh, bye, Cameron. Hope everything's okay with your daughter.
Steve, I was actually going to ask if you got that link I sent you about Cristobal, but you liked it, so you did get that.
Yeah.
So I got a question for everybody.
Okay, go ahead.
D1,
let me just bring on guys, put yourselves on mute if you're not talking so there's no feedback. But let me go ahead and put on I'll put on my man Polo. Polo's been waiting in the back room. What's up, Polo? Say hello real quick and then I'll let D1 go.
Good morning, Steven. How's it going?
Pretty good, Polo. Good to hear from you, man.
Yeah. I mean, nice win streak we got going on. Just let D1
Definitely
talk.
do. Definitely. Go ahead, D1.
How do everybody feel about these DBs talking crap about Tua?
I was going to talk to you guys about that.
Every week, a DB is throwing shade at Tua or the offense. What's really good?
It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic.
That's fine. Let him
keep winning.
It's the Adrian Miller thing. I beat that boy.
Y'all heard Logan Ryan's comment, right? If y'all haven't, have y'all heard Logan Ryan's comment?
Man.
Yeah, he said he was good. He said he's willing to be the third string quarterback because he could throw 2-yard passes like Tua can.
To the left. To the left.
Hey, ask Logan why he couldn't stop it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Good question. But you guys should have seen it. One of the comments on Facebook said it sounds like a defensive scheme issue. So
sounds like
Hey, let me ask you something. Wasn't it Logan Ryan that got beat on that Waddle play?
Downfield? Yes.
He did.
Oh yeah.
He did.
It sounds it sounds like a bunch of DBs that are butthurt.
What do y'all think it is?
He actually was going to
game that's pissing them off, the short passing game, and 3 yards here, 4 yards here, and then maybe a 10-yarder, and then 2 yards here, 3. What is it that's pissing these DBs off?
You know what I think?
You called them a 2-yard Tua?
You said a 2-yard Tua?
Logan Ryan was supposed to be a Dolphin a couple of years ago.
I don't.
That's his problem.
I
don't know about 2 yards, but I do know that he had 200 passing yards and 2 touchdowns that game. So
Yeah.
Once
Great,
before F
great.
says, Logan Ryan, have you ever even made a Pro Bowl? As a DB, maybe you should be a quarterback bum.
There you go.
I mean, he's an expatriate. That's an expatriate right there.
He's a
That's
hater.
Hey,
And
He's
then
a
he's
D1,
hater.
also
you know what I
also
think?
familiar with Brian Flores.
D1, you know what I think
Bomb.
is really happening? I think
Mm-hmm.
these guys listen to the media, the slander that happens to Tua, and they
Mm-hmm.
go in cocky. They go into the game cocky. And so they get butthurt when they get beat by Tua. That's what I
Yeah,
think is happening.
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel
If
like
it,
Too
if
damn
it's
bad.
if the quick
if it's
passing
game,
game is what's pissing you off, then stop it. Jam the
yeah,
receivers.
exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
jam the receivers. Get more pressure. Do whatever you need to do.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm interested to ask y'all a question. Yesterday, were you watching the game? I know that there was a little bit of frustration with not being able to offense to pick up and keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
But what were some of the things that you just were like, oh my God, this is so exciting to watch? For me, it has to be Phillips. It has to be Jalen Phillips. It's so exciting to watch him play.
Yeah, Jalen Phillips. Yes.
So I would just like to know
the whole.
if you could say Phillips too, but I'd like to know who y'all thought. What made y'all get excited yesterday watching the game?
Well, I also thought Van Ginkel. I mean, Van Ginkel was a beast yesterday. He looked great, and of course, Phillips. You can't say anything bad about that. That my letdowns were the running game, not so much that we were having trouble getting yards, but that why are we bumping it outside? I mean, bump it outside. Why are you running straight in the middle? Bump it outside a little bit. Change it up a little bit.
They can't run up the gut. That's the problem. They can't run up the gut. The offensive line is not that good to block up the gut. But
Philip Lindsay has played 14 snaps for us, and I missed him yesterday. It's crazy.
Did Hunter Long have his first catch yesterday?
Yes, he did. He did.
Yes, he did.
Cruisery says the reason it's so personal is because they believe they could stop it until they face it, until they can't, and it bruises the ego. 100% right, Cruz. 100% right.
Yeah.
Alexander.
Steve, you know who used to say that? Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
No. Alexander, who was your favorite to watch yesterday?
My favorite was watch, of course, Phillips and also Christian Wilkins too.
Oh yeah,
Christian Wilkins was definitely fun to watch.
Christian Wilkins has developed into a really nice player, and you guys know that he's number one against the run in PFF rankings.
Yep, I do.
Yep.
And another thing is this: the defense has not given up a touchdown over 8 quarters.
Wow.
The last touchdown they gave up was the touchdown against Cam in the first quarter on that 60-yard bomb.
Oh.
And then that was the last time that any offense has scored a touchdown against us.
Nice,
Wow.
nice stat.
Well, I didn't know that, and so you definitely make me feel some type of way. Really good. Hey, Big John Stud, it is full back here. There is no, there are people trying to get on, bro. I'm not cheating on you, bro. You my boy. You my brother from another mother. But there's no room on the panel. I got 2 other people in the back, so
I'm out.
I'm gonna drop. I got to call a doctor. I'm like sick as a dog, but so I'm gonna drop. Thank you.
Feel better.
Hey,
Feel
y'all have a
better.
great day.
Get well. Get well.
Let me bring on Hilberto and Lakers All Day, who have been in the back room. What's up, Hilberto? What's up, Lakers All Day?
What's up, bro? How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. And I'll drop the link for 2 other people to wait in the back room. I don't have any more room on the panel at the moment, but I'm always willing to put people in the back room waiting, so whoever gets up there first gets it. Hilberto, Lakers All Day. What were you guys excited about yesterday?
So I'm excited to get 5 in a row. Right, I'm excited to get, and I'm excited that Tua is doing his job and being consistent. You know, a lot of people call for him to be consistent. You know, you can't ask much more from Tua at this point. You know, you got your receivers. You know, they're out. O-line is mediocre, and Tua continues to give the same numbers week in and week out. And I'm excited about that, and hopefully that can quiet these Deshaun Watson talks.
Lakers All Day.
Phillips is my boy, so you know I love watching him play.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be a little Debbie Downer today. So
Don't be that guy.
Victory Monday, sir. Victory Monday.
Hey, just so you know, Estefan's in the back room flipping me the bird. Just so everybody
I'm waiting
knows.
for Pete. I want Pete.
Hey,
Where's
leave
Pete
it to a Laker fan to be a Debbie Downer.
I know.
Hey,
I know.
Yeah, we're not doing so good right now, but it's okay. But yeah, so I mean, Tua, he did okay. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do great, he did okay, but I just feel like he had like a lot of high passes. You know, but that's the side fact. But you know, I give Tua a C this game because you know what I'm saying. Like
Tua a C.
Yeah, because let me tell you why. Because look, how are we gonna play the Giants? Right? They don't have star players on their defense. They don't even have their
defense.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You're downplaying the Giants.
Leonard Williams.
You never sleep on the Giants defense.
That's why I told
Leonard
people.
Williams is on that D line.
Yo,
Snacks
if y'all
Harrison,
remember
I
my
think, is
score
also there.
prediction, if y'all remember my score prediction, I said 20-14. Everybody looked at me crazy because I said we're going to score 20 points. Everybody in here was saying we're going to drop 30, 33. Like
I said, a 40 burger. I said a 40 burger.
Like I said, I'm in Giants country. I watch a lot of Giants games. I respect their defense, and I got our score on the head. I said 20 points. I thought we were going to beat them 20-14.
It wasn't on the head, but it was close.
I said we were going to score 20.
14.
I said 20-14.
I mean, you were wrong. It was 20-9.
20.
I'm meaning our score. The Dolphins scoring 20. I was right with the Dolphins scoring 20 because the Giants do have a defense.
Steven. You know what excited me about the game? Our future all pro safety. That man played at all levels. He killed the quarterback on one play when he hit him. He killed the one tight end who was trying to catch the pass that almost turned into a turnover.
Yeah.
And then he was right there to take 2 picks at X. Well, X got the one, and he was right there. If X didn't get it, he was going to get it.
Exactly, yup. I thought that was the worst throw. Like, how you going to throw the ball to the 2 best ball hawking players on our team? That was horrible.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Well, that was of course, you're talking about Mike Longneck Glennon. Mike Longneck Glennon.
Mike Longneck Glennon.
All right.
And guys,
don't sleep on Glennon. Glennon is 6-21 as a starter, and one of those 6 wins was versus us when he was with the Bucs. Okay, so don't.
Yes, I remember that.
And guys,
Todd, go ahead, Todd.
Guys, don't sleep on Raekwon Davis in the middle. How big of a difference he's made since he's been back.
Yes.
Played so good.
Ever since he's coming off IR, that run defense has taken a step, is trending in the right direction. I mean, Raekwon Davis has really turned the corner.
Can we also give props to Landon Roberts? Nobody talks about a Landon Roberts.
Yes.
Nobody talks
Landon
about
Roberts is an unsung hero.
Those
He's
first
the
2
unsung
downs,
hero of that
first
defense.
and second down, where we know they're running, he clogs the hole. He makes the tackle. He fills the lane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he almost had an interception yesterday. If he had some hands, hit him right in his chest. I mean,
well, he does have a pick 6.
No, I know.
Yeah, give him that.
But that was a soft pick 6. Like, I think somebody hit it, but this one it was a bullet. He would have had it.
Well, Carr threw it right to him. Carr threw it right to him.
Batman's Pop says Tua gets a D+ for defense carrying the game. How y'all?
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I ask one question? How many points did the defense score?
0.
Can I say
0?
something?
We only got 1 turnover.
So
Steven.
Yeah, what's up?
So everybody keeps bashing what our offense can't do, and the defense is holding the team together. These offenses that we're playing are not top tier offenses.
What's going to happen when we do play top tier offense?
But time out.
You see what happened.
All right, listen. Let's get something straight. Well, you can bring up the Tampa Bay game if you want to, Alberto. We were in it till 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter. We were in it with them.
Hey, Tampa Bay scrubbed us, bro.
Yeah. I mean, so here's a reality. K Flexin, what's up, man? What's up? K Flexin is in the chat, people. K Flexin, I might have to kick somebody out for you if you get on. Tell me if you want to get on. I'll kick somebody out. But Big John and Estefan gonna get mad that I put somebody at the top of the line. They're in the back room. But I might have to bring K Flexin on. I might have to. Big John and Estefan are like giving me the looks of death. in the back room, just so you
I'm waiting for Pete. I'm waiting for Pete.
All right, so here's the reality.
Where
Pete's gonna.
The Dolphins defense.
He's gonna give him like a D minus.
Like, I don't get how you can be mad at Tua. Nothing that happened yesterday was Tua's fault.
We're not mad at Tua. It's just.
But why are people hating on this
so
man?
So how are you giving him a D plus though?
Like, come on, bro.
I have an answer.
Hey,
go ahead.
I'm gonna go light. I'm gonna be light on him though, because he did a good job yesterday. The reason is because he threw for 30, 40 passes, and he only got 200 and something yards. That's not an excuse why people should rag on him. But by the half, he had like 20 completed passes. They were talking about it in the halftime show.
Like he made history
like 20
or something
completed
like that.
passes for like 70 plus yards. That's it. And they were trying to wrap their heads around it.
Hey, but let me add two little things though. If he completed that pass and Waddle caught it, he's a 300-yard game because Waddle's still running right now on that slant.
Can somebody tell me?
And you got to also add that he's gotten rid of the dumb mistakes over these last 2 weeks.
Come on, don't forget the drops.
So,
don't forget the drops.
No one's going to mention the drops.
He's gotten a lot better.
Nobody gonna mention the drop.
No one going to mention the drops.
Oh, okay.
Well, no one
I'll even
will,
go
but
a step further.
Guys, I want to bring something to the panel real quick, guys.
All right, now I want to say something. Go ahead.
I want to bring something to the panel. My bad, to cut you off. I apologize. So, all right. So, 2 weeks ago in the Carolina game, Durham Smythe and all the other tight ends besides Gesicki had a great day. All right. Yesterday, Gesicki shows out with 7 catches, 46 yards or something like that.
More, yeah.
It was that, Steven?
Yep.
It was right around there.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to think that, and you guys may kill me on this because I know I've had some bad takes throughout the times I've been on here with you, Stephen D. But I may think that it may actually be okay to move on from Gesicki.
So you're not the first person to bring this up. There are people that are in the chat that have brought this up. Here's what I say. Getting that man involved in the offense is nothing but a positive, and he opens up the field for other people. And so I feel as though Gesicki is a must-have going into next year. And so it's not should we do it, it's will we do it. And will we do it is the question. And I don't know if we will, but we should because he's that good.
Yeah.
Do you think Dallas Goedert should have been the pick over Gesicki?
No, I would no.
Nah, bro. No,
Gesicki's really good, man.
He's the better blocker, and he gets yak yards, bro.
All right, let me say this, and then
because the offense is designed to build up around Goddard. Gesicki, how often there are games that Gesicki has 3 catches on 3 attempts.
We're really bringing up Goddard
Gesicki's fault.
We're really bringing up Goddard because of his one game yesterday, one great game yesterday. Really? Are we forgetting Gesicki had
No. The reason why I brought that up is because the thing is that there's times where Gesicki just disappears.
But that's not
and
his
he doesn't
fault,
get separation
Alexander.
that we need. Yeah,
a lot of it is. If you watch the tape on Gesicki, he's a half-timer. Sometimes he plays and sometimes he doesn't.
Oh my God, bro! I'm talking about right now. The reason that Gesicki doesn't have more what's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't have more stats than what he should have is not his fault. It is the way the offense is designed. And by the way, that if you want me to be critical about something yesterday, I'll be critical about the play calling yesterday because I didn't like it.
Me neither.
Yes,
I did not like the play calling, and I've been and I'm just telling you, I feel like if we were a little bit more aggressive in certain situations, and we didn't have the drops on top of that, by the way, I think that we would have put up 30 points yesterday.
Steven, do you think we did that because
you're right on that, Steven.
You're right. Teams have been designing their defense to take away Gesicki lately.
Yeah.
They've been purposely setting that up, and that's why Waddles get open.
Hey, Todd, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
Since he's gotten here, Gesicki, he's not a great route runner. You can't block, so he's very limited. And what you guys are wild about is he can catch the ball with one hand. That's what everybody loves.
Unfortunately, he can't catch it with his face mask in the end zone, but that's another.
Hey, bro, that was on the money. That was on the money.
So let me say this so Estefan could get on. I'll donate my time to Estefan. The one play I did not like from Tua was when he baited the defense to jump off sides. I don't know if you guys remember this play.
Oh, yeah, in the deep ball.
And instead of keeping the ball in bounds where you have a free play, he just let it go out of the on the sidelines.
I know,
Can't
I didn't like that either.
And that, to me, he wasn't under pressure. He just seemed as if, though, he didn't know what to do. And that, to me, does not meet the eye test. Those are the plays that bother me. But then again, he makes a fantastic pass to Devontae Parker, and then he makes up for it. So I really don't know. This kid is not.
Let's talk about that.
Let's
talk about that,
bro. Have a good one.
Let's talk about that.
That actually would get better with coaching.
Hey, yo, where Pete at?
That would get better with coaching.
He had to go. Hold on. I need one. D1 will go next, but I need one more person to volunteer to come off so I can bring on Big John too.
All right. I'll leave, man. I'll go.
All right, Lakers. I'll see you later, bro. Be good, bro.
All right, bro. You too.
All right, man. All right, let me bring on these two gentlemen, and then D1 goes after I bring on Big John Stud 007 and Estefan. What's up?
Spurs suck.
What's up? Good morning. They suck, but they're on the street. You better cheer for the Spurs. It means that the Fins win. That's all I got to say. There's a reason why we're winning.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
What's going on, gentlemen? Go ahead, D1. I'm sorry.
I was saying, did anybody watch? Well, judging by Pete's views on his last video, not that many people watched it. But did y'all see Pete's
Why
video?
the hate from my boy? Why the
Did
hate
y'all
from my
see
boy?
Pete? No, I'm gonna keep my knee on his neck. Did y'all see Pete's video and what he said in his little 2-minute video a couple of days ago?
No.
He said Tua can't throw a back shoulder pass. That he don't have enough velocity, and if he is there, it's not going to get there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Parker have 2 back shoulder catches yesterday?
Yeah, 2
one on each side, right? One on each side, right?
No, you're not just gonna be talking about my boy Pete like that if
Bro,
you're not here, my guy.
See, Steven, why are you giving him air to breathe, bro? He makes these takes. He wants us to believe in what he's saying.
Because every fan base needs it, bro.
I don't need that crap. I don't need that crap. I don't need somebody
he doesn't gotta
that's
be right.
educated.
He doesn't gotta be right.
Bro, it's not about being right. It's him being a hater. He's even said it.
Hold on, Big John. What's up, Big John?
Give me a second, D. Listen, you guys don't know Pete in real life. I do. Listen to me real quick. The guy does it because he knows he's gonna get you guys agitated. He got exactly what he wanted.
So don't get mad when I put my knee on his neck, then, John.
Let him talk, D1.
Give me a second, D. D. He does it on purpose. But listen here, you can already tell Pete doesn't watch tape. All right. Tua was known for 2 things outside of his elite traits in college. He was known for accuracy, anticipation, right? He was also known for 2 throws that he throws better than anybody else in college football history. One was the back shoulder fade. The other one was the go route. All right, those are the 2 things Tua does correctly. So don't listen to Pete when Pete talks. I don't listen to Pete. The other day, Pete was on a panel with me, and I cussed him out and told him he was high. So trust me.
Hey, so John, so when I put my knee on his neck, nobody can say nothing because that's what he wants, right? He wants somebody to put their knee on his neck, and I'm gonna be the one to do it. I'm gonna be the one to do it. I have no problem doing that.
Hey, if you're gonna be the one to do it, you gotta get in line, bro. It's a long line.
Don't worry. No. See, I'm gonna do it different.
Just for the record, there's nothing but love for Pete.
I'm gonna do it
differently. I love Pete. Okay.
Pete
does have some wild takes.
I think Tua subscribed to Pete's hot takes because every time Pete says something, Tua can't do something. Tua doesn't do it, baby.
He does it the next week. Pete,
guys,
Tua can't drop 50 points.
Tua
can't drop 50
Go ahead,
points.
Alexander. Go ahead, Alexander.
Yeah, speaking of hot takes, I mean, I had one. I think I had one a couple weeks ago where I said Florida's. I'm still 50-50 on Florida's need to be fired. I'm actually still on that 50-50. about Flores being fired.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. I was gonna be quiet until somebody said something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna say something real quick. I know there's people probably that if they want to come back, you come back, man. I just wanted to give a take real quick. Look, yesterday was a good game. They're starting to be consistent with how they play complementary football. My only takeaway that's a negative from yesterday, to be honest, is Sanders missing those freaking field goals. Because if we end up having an opportunity to get in, and let's say it's the Patriot game, and we need a field goal to win, that's critical. This bye, that dude needs to practice kicking, man. I don't know what happened, but he's missing too many kicks. I'm concerned about
It's a confidence issue.
I think
It's confidence. That's what
Hey, you know what was brought up yesterday?
Who was brought up yesterday?
No, it was brought up about Sanders yesterday.
What about him?
He has a new holder for the first time, and that could be messing with him too.
It is because when we had Matt Hawk, he was playing them left and right, automatic. But the minute we got rid of him, it's just different. And you know what? We all know, based on era, if the laces aren't out and that ball is in place,
the laces were in. They were in.
The other thing I was gonna say was
Einhorn is Finkel.
I believe I made that exact same take and even that exact same joke. I think it's the whole thing.
Yeah, man, I wasn't done. I was just gonna say, as far as Tua goes, because obviously, this is the Tua cult. That's what we're talking about. Look, man, I know somebody gave him a D- about his play. I got to be honest. I think that at minimum, I could, it's at least a B plus. Tua looks. He's looking good. He's looking very athletic. He looks. I got to be honest. His the mental part of the game, you can see it there. You can see where he's starting to process. Like just look at that last touchdown throw that he made. I understand it was three guys kind of clustered in the same area that he was going to, but he was going through progressions, and you got to give him credit for that. And that throw,
did you see how he slowed down? Did you see how he slowed down as if he was about to throw and set his feet and then just threw it forward?
And there's a lot that to dissect there. It's a short throw, but to be able to do that on a condensed field on the run, and that's another thing. He's using his legs, so I'm giving credit to Tua for the things that he's doing. My only thing, and I get criticized and called a hater, it just needs to happen. He did it yesterday. Look, he's been doing it. He did it last week against the Giants and the week before. But this, we got the bye, we got the Jets coming up. All I ask, just do it again. That's it. There's nothing wrong with saying that. I think he had a good game.
I need one volunteer to go into the back room. Who's volunteering?
I'll go. I just wanted to give that take.
Hey,
Last thing, bro. I hadn't heard anybody give X any love, man. That the interception was dope, and for him to get like another 50 yards on top of that,
26 interceptions, baby.
Yeah, man. So shout out to him, man. But I'm out here, bro. I'm out.
Hey, Estefan. Did you go?
I think he's already gone, bro.
I love you, Estefan. I just want you to know that. All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, he hasn't been on the show in a while. He's my boy, my brother from another mother. He is part of the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. He's an affiliate, and I love him to death. Everybody, K Flexin is in the building. What's up, K Flexin?
Yo.
What's up? Hey,
Flexin. Yo.
Hey, how are y'all?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good morning.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Chat. Wait, I gotta. Everybody in the chat be saying what's up. What's up, chat? All right, but
K Flexin, the floor is yours, man. The show is yours for a little bit. Go ahead, take over.
Only thing that I want to say, I want to say was like the thing I heard like something about the defense and Tua. I don't like how like we gotta bash the defense to hype Tua. That should never happen. Nobody should have to ever get bashed to hype Tua. Let's get that out of the way. And then another thing, the Gesicki thing. I can't believe I'm hearing Gesicki slander. This is crazy to me. I just never heard it before in my life.
Well, yeah, that was. I wasn't like trying to like slander Gesicki or anything like that. Trust me. I would love if Gesicki comes back. I would love to have Gesicki back. No doubt about that. But it's just do we really like? in games he just disappears.
Bro, we complain
he
about
can't get any
not
separation.
having enough playmakers, and we finally got somebody that we know for a fact that will go up and get the ball when we need it the most. He has the best hands on the team, and we just gonna willy-nilly just want to let him go? Nah, bro. No. We've been complaining.
I mean, you're right, D1. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're actually right about that, man. I mean, that's my only knock on him is that, and another thing is he telegraphs the offense.
It all depends on one thing, and that's called the price tag.
I just want to say two things. First of all, K Flexin, what's up, bro? Second of all, it's good to see you're not at work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know,
nah, they work like crazy.
How you get fired on your day off, Flex?
Yeah. It'll happen to him. It'll happen to me. You know. That's the way it is. You know what I'm saying?
They said they got me on camera stealing boxes. They ain't got me on no camera.
They got me working crazy.
Now, I actually came on to maybe educate Mr. Christolakis before he jumped off because you brought me on after you kicked him out. But people talk about Tua doesn't throw down the field. You guys do know we don't have a receiver that can dictate coverage, right? You guys do know that was what Will Fuller was going to be brought here for, right? You guys want the ball to go down the field, but at the same time, they double team Gesicki, they double team Waddle. That's why they got to throw a 4-yard pass. Not to mention Austin Jackson's a drive-through, and Jesse Davis can't block K Flexing, and he's sitting down.
He can't block it anyway.
Hey, Austin Jackson. Don't be going my boy Austin Jackson like that. He's gotten a lot better. He is really
said he here in the chat.
In my opinion,
he in the chat, Big John. He said, "Chris."
Big John.
Yeah.
Parker came back, and what happens? He goes downfield to Parker twice.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Devontae Parker doesn't dictate coverage because he's a possession receiver.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying he still go. But I'm still saying he goes downfield, and
I understand.
And he has no time. I agree with you. No time to get the receivers to even get downfield.
But have y'all noticed that ever since?
Here's where Will Fuller makes a difference. If you have to play 2 deep safeties because Will Fuller's on the field, that's one less man that can blitz.
Will Fuller
doesn't put time on Tua. So when Will Fuller should
say it louder. Hold on, Flex. Say it louder, Flex.
Oh, he keep bringing up Will Fuller. He robbed us. He robbed us.
No.
He robbed us without a mask and a gun.
$2 million per catch. He's had 4 catches.
Hey, you can't get mad. The guy taught us how to rob somebody in broad daylight.
I can't get that mad. But now, watch this.
Will Fuller should star in the movie.
Go ahead, Flex.
All right, so because when the Dolphins cut a player before he gets his money, or we do a player dirty, I don't want to see nobody mad. Because ain't nobody mad about Will Fuller robbing us.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
If
I could
against the Jets, man.
If I could get $10 million for breaking my finger, I'd probably do it too.
I would do it. Hey, you want to?
Did you guys check? Hey, hold on.
Will Fuller doesn't want to play. Will Fuller does not want to play football.
Will Fuller's about to be in season 4 of How to Get Away with Murder. I swear to God.
Did you guys?
He about to be in season 4 of How to Get Away with Murder.
Did you guys check out the?
Said he is season 4 of How to Get Away with Murder. Yo, wow.
How to Get Away with Murder. Hey, did you guys see?
Oh, don't let Pete hear.
Did you guys see
don't let
the?
Pete hear you talk that craziness now.
No, let
Matt,
Pete get in.
Matt Collins explained the incident with Will Flores, and he actually kind of explained it in like a comedic way that it was an incident on the sidelines between Wilkins and Fuller that Wilkins pulled his finger and popped and broke it.
No.
No.
Don't tell me Christian Wilkins injured somebody else again. No.
Yeah, I've heard this too. That he was on the sidelines and he was trying to like do something stupid and he pulled his finger too hard and broke his finger.
Oh my God!
That is a joke. I guarantee you that is a joke.
That can't be true.
What'd you say, Flex?
I said I don't think Christian Wilkins understand how big he is. Sometimes he just be doing stuff that little people supposed to do.
For real.
Well, he did not hurt Preston Williams last season.
Yo,
he didn't
I swear
hurt
to God,
Preston
he
Williams.
did. He did.
He just run around and just
no Preston. Actually, Preston. I know.
How can
I
explain
talked
to me
Preston
something? How can Christian Wilkins hurt Will Fuller's fingers by just pulling it, but he didn't hurt Roger Goodell by bumping into him at full speed, bro. Can you explain that to
Roger
me?
Goodell's a real man.
I don't think he hurt nobody, but he.
Roger Goodell is like Roger Goodell's like 6'2", 6'3". I've seen him in person when I went to the draft.
At
years
this
ago.
point, Roger
He ain't
Goodell
a
wants
little
to
dude.
play football more
Hey,
than
y'all
Will
see
Fuller does.
Flores at the end of the game when Wilkins went over to celebrate the victory with them. You could see Flores saying, "Oh God, this might hurt." He had that fear in his face, and he's a big dude.
Christian Wilkins, like I would love to have him on the morning show because he is the funniest freaking dude. Like I love him. I love him.
He's the definition of a big
But
kid.
you wouldn't want to give you a bear hug, bro. Get out of
Hey,
here.
let him try to give my big old butt a bear hug, bro.
Hey, Stephen D.
Yo.
Christian Wilkins is the definition of a big kid playing a game that he loves.
Yeah, I love Christian Wilkins, and I think he's so good. It's funny, when we were having that trade speculation about he who we shall not name. The name of Christian Wilkins.
No.
Christian Wilkins, his name kept on being brought up as somebody in that package, and I always feel that people in the locker room make such a big difference if you have the right person there. And I think Christian Wilkins is one of those guys in the locker room.
And Matt Collins.
And Matt Collins too, who just
and honestly Gesicki, I think too.
Who just makes who's
Gesicki
a very
too.
positive.
Gesicki gets hyped for
And now, with all that being said too, I don't know if this is the same subject or not, but I was watching the post game yesterday, and one of the things that I got on Tua about earlier this year was I didn't like the way he was saying something at the press conference, and I didn't see, he was not happy with the offensive play yesterday.
Facts. He wasn't.
And I loved it. I love the fact that he put some of that.
Steve, he looked kind of upset. He looked kind of upset.
And that
in the interview.
That told me everything I need to know about him, because it's like, you know what? I like that we won. I like that we're on a fine game winning streak. And my man is not happy or satisfied with the performance that he put out. And
Come on
I
now.
loved it. I love it.
Steven, this is twice now, because remember the other game he was slamming his helmet, pissed off when we had a lead.
I love it.
He actually got pissed off on a.
Y'all literally see Tua
Go ahead,
coming
my
into
bad.
his skin right now. You're seeing Tua coming into his NFL skin.
You know what
right
that
now.
stands?
Attitude reflects
Tua's
leadership.
father turned them
Captain.
into Tua's father turned them into a perfectionist. I don't get that.
That's a remember the Titans line right there.
Thank you. I know. I appreciate that. Attitude reflects leadership. Captain. Flex. Just curious. What are your thoughts about Tua in his post game getting upset and not being satisfied?
He remind me of y'all. Cause you know why? Y'all be mad every time we win. Y'all be mad when we lose.
Good job, Kay.
That was a good answer.
Nah, but it's, I like the players. I think because they the ones who got to really they're the ones playing, right? So it's cool that I just don't like when the fans do it. I think it's kind of like for instance, if I say we gonna beat the hell out the Giants, they gonna be like, yo, you jinxing us, chill out, you being too cocky. Now when we lose, it'd be like, we could think that we not playing. The players, they have to. You feel
I know
me?
I keep on getting called a mush, but I'm not a mush because I called this since our winning streak has started.
No.
What I don't understand.
And Big John has too. Big John has too.
What I don't understand is people saying, "Oh, we beat the Giants, we beat the Jets, we beat the Texans." Like, okay, yeah, they're bad teams, but we lost to the Jags, so it don't matter. We're beating the people that's on the schedule.
Yeah, it's not like we're not
like
deal.
Yeah, we lost to Atlanta.
We're not the.
But the Jazz game is the worst game I've ever witnessed. The loss I've ever witnessed in a long time. I'm sorry. Like we gave them their first win in 20 games. Like that's unacceptable.
Yeah, but
Just like
even but that Atlanta game hurt too. Even pissed open over the middle of the field.
Yeah, that Atlanta game did hurt.
What I will not do on this channel, I can deal with slander. I don't like it, but I can deal with it because I think it's just part of the territory. But what I will not deal with is us looking back about what we should have done. What if? Bro, we were 1-7, and we're on a 5-game win streak now, and we're at 6-7. That's all there is to it.
Hey,
we
Steven,
made
back on
history,
look
right?
back.
Yeah, but one of those games could hurt us.
Hold on,
Hey,
Steven.
one of those games could come back and hurt
It
us.
doesn't matter.
One of those.
It doesn't matter.
Look, it's in
Give
the
me 1
past.
second.
It's in the
It already
past.
happened.
Can't
Give me
change it.
Give me 1 second, Steven. Listen, we can complain about we shouldn't go backwards. The only thing you can complain about, because it doesn't make any sense, is how do you lose to smelly fingers, bro?
Huh?
Like for real, you lose to smelly fingers.
What are you talking
He
about?
got caught playing with the female, you know what I'm saying? And we lose to smelly fingers.
yo.
Come on, bro.
I can't with you, Big John.
I'm being really
Hey,
legit,
Stephen
bro.
D, you want to know something?
Go ahead.
Hey,
Go ahead,
Waffle
Todd.
lost
Go
in
ahead,
too.
Todd.
The way I look at it, this could go down as probably one of the greatest Dolphin draft classes. You got
I love
three
you,
rookies who are a big part of this 5-game streak. All three rookies are making plays.
Yep.
And since they got their feet wet in the beginning of the season when we were 1-7, they're now getting comfortable, and look what's happening.
Yeah.
So Ty, you mean they had to needed some time to develop?
Exactly.
I still remember. I still remember the Jameson Phillips people.
There's two things to that.
I remember
there's-
everybody was saying Jameson
There's
Phillips.
two
was a bust.
things to that.
And I watched the
There's two
University
things
of
to that.
Miami, so I was like, you guys don't understand how good he's going to be. I was going off on people in chat about that.
But Todd, Jalen Phillips is a bust.
Big John, I'm going to piggyback off of that because here's the thing. I think the reason why I think they turned the corner is because Forrest was not using Phillips correctly. Remember, they were putting too much on Phillips's plate. They were putting him up against the run. They went and rushed the passer. They had him in coverage. He was just doing so much. But now I think what happened was they say, you know what, kid? Just rush the passer.
Yeah,
That's
and
it. Just go after that quarterback. Go get him.
We put him in on
Go get him. That's what happened. And and they said they slowed his roll. They developed him slowly now, and they said go get the quarterback. Go get the quarterback. That's it.
Hey, Phillips, though, that play that he looped around and Butler got the sack, that was on Phillips. He saw that happening. He saw how they lined up, and he looped around. The kid is smart. He knows how to help his teammates at the line. He knows how to get to the quarterback.
How many sacks does he have now?
That's another guy. That's another player that's really been better.
The rookie record.
He got 8.5 sacks. Jeez.
Same.
He has more than Chase Young did last year.
What's funny about the 8.5 sacks, right? So tomorrow, by the way, I usually have Daniel Oyefusi of the Miami Herald on. He will not be on tomorrow. He'll be on Thursday. So tomorrow, I'm gonna have, this is a shameless plug, Seth Lovett of the Fish Tank on tomorrow. And Seth Lovett does not like half sacks. Like he thinks that is a crap stat. And so we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. About the
gets
stats
it if it's
and
not
that.
a
That's what we're gonna talk about because I agree.
It's a stat.
It's a stat.
It's a stat. If
We're
two
gonna
men
talk
get
about
to
it
the
in
quarterback,
detail
you're each
tomorrow.
gonna get a half a sack. I mean,
Hey, you got to remember, he broke the record the same day Waddle breaks the record on offense.
I know. Yeah, so, hey, real quick, just to give you all a heads up, tomorrow I'm going to have my boy Seth Levitt on. Tuesday, take with Seth Levitt. Wednesday, I'm going to do an update on the Panthers and the Heat and then have a big Dolphin chat, just like we do.
Suck.
And then Thursday,
let's go.
Thursday, I'm going to have Daniel Oyefusi and also Richmond Webb on Thursday. So
that really pisses me off. Why does he get no love for the Hall of Fame?
Hey man, get Richmond in the Hall of Fame. You already know he should be there.
do y'all feel like though this is
Richmond
the best?
deserves to be in the Hall
Is
of
this the
Fame.
best draft class of the 2000s?
Maybe.
I think this is the best draft class of Chris Greer's career.
Well, that is definitely
way too early for.
I mean, but I know it's early, but damn it, they're breaking records already. They're breaking records already. So is this not
let's
the
get something
best
straight.
draft class
These,
of the 2000s?
hey, hold on. Let me interrupt. Flex, listen to me, my guy. These top 3 draft people, okay, Javon Holland, Jalen Waddle, and Jalen Phillips have already done more than Noah Igbenogany has ever done in his entire career. All right, and bro, I really think I understand it's the first year, but bro, these kids are already making a statement.
Hey,
They're impact players. They're impact
I
players.
still don't think we should give
You
up
have
on
a computer,
Iggy.
right?
I still think Iggy could be a really good corner.
No, I have a computer.
All right. Somebody look up the sack record, rookie record.
14 and a half sacks. I looked it up. It was Javon Curse.
I think Michael Parsons already got 10 and a half or 10.
Well,
Ron
Jalen
Curse of
Phillips
the
already got
Tennessee
more.
Titans.
Jalen Phillips already got more sacks than what Chase Young had last year.
I think he's half a sack behind. I think
Because we
Chase
all
Young
know
is
Waddle's going to end up breaking the catch record probably for the NFL rookies.
Right.
I want to see Phillips come on hard these next couple games and get multiple sacks in these games and break that record.
So Flex, I want to ask K Flexen a few different questions. All right, number one, Flex. Is it okay to compare Jalen Phillips to Jason Taylor already? That's
no, hell no. What the fuck?
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's fair. I want to, but people are. So I want to know.
Who was that? There are
people on Dolphins Twitter that are already like,
but you gotta block them. You gotta block them.
No, there were analysts after the game saying that also.
like
you gotta block them. What?
There was.
Well, I mean, I just have a list. I don't know. He's so young. I mean, they're light skinned.
And so
now here's a fair comparison, guys. Here's a fair comparison. Do you consider Jalen Phillips to be the best pass disruptor since Jason Taylor?
I wouldn't even compare him to Cam Wake. I wouldn't even say that yet.
No,
Doesn't
doesn't
he have more sacks than Cam Wake's first year as a Dolphin?
He does.
Cam Wake's whole career is way.
Cam Wake had 5.5. Yeah. But the difference is Cam Wake was not starting.
Okay, let me get in here. Flex. So for you before you crown anything to anybody, you need to have a whole body or a certain amount of body of work.
Yeah, a certain amount. I feel like it's disrespect. Y'all don't feel like it's a little disrespectful for Jason Taylor?
I don't.
I agree.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's great. We're already comparing a rookie to this guy.
But
can we put that into context though? We're not we're just comparing Jason Taylor and Phillips' rookie season.
Let me ask y'all something. When Jay Ajayi was doing what he was doing, was we saying he was Ricky?
He wasn't doing what Ricky was doing.
And then what happened after that?
But he wasn't doing what Ricky was doing.
Ajayi's first year and a half here, he was killing it.
The only way I will compare him. The only way I'll compare him, and I'm not comparing him overall as a player, but as athletic ability, you could put him right there with JT as far as athletic ability. He can do drop back. He can do a lot of things that JT could do. Now the thing is, you got to see him develop more into that game what JT did with turnovers, and you can't compare him to JT yet.
Until Jalen Phillips drop back into coverage and get a pick six, you can't compare him to Jason Taylor.
I agree. Now, listen, I agree.
That's fair. But here's the other part to this. They still aren't letting him play all the way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're still I'll bring up my man Pato here. They're still bringing him along. And I think
that's the learning curve he has to make, and we have to see him make it.
I agree. Von Joe, what's up, Von Joe?
Yo, what's up, Steven? Yo, I had to come on. I wasn't gonna come on, but you guys are talking way too spicy for me. I was I have to come on.
What's up, my guy? Talk to me.
Because wait, first off, I'm with K flexing 100%. Like, yo, calm down. When it comes to comparing him to Jason, like what? If that's the case, Jason Taylor for rookie year wasn't all that great. So in that case, if y'all gonna compare, that's like saying, oh, he's gonna be way better than Jason Taylor at the pace he's going.
Nobody's saying
so. Let's relax.
Nobody said that he's going to be better.
Yeah.
But it's in my opinion, it's fair to start comparing him to.
And hold on. And somebody came after my boy Flores again. And I'm like, yo, let the man live, because you guys keep coming after Flores, saying, oh, how come he wasn't playing this defense? And Jason, it takes time. You guys act like our defense is easy to learn. Like when you run a zero coverage and a zero blitz, you got these rookies running zero blitz. Who's supposed to drop out? Who's supposed to sit here? You just can't sit there and plug and play our defense.
I was making that point too. I think that it was a lot of
because he wasn't going. The first 7
hold on,
games,
Alexander. Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead, Marcus.
Sorry, go ahead. Go
I
ahead,
was just
man.
saying,
Sorry.
I think it was, like he said, it's a lot of rookies trying to learn the system. And as far as the whole, like, Jason Taylor comparison goes, like, our rookies are good. Our rookies are great. And, like, as a rookie, he's better than where Jason Taylor was as a rookie. But I don't think you can make that comparison in terms of sheer ability on the field, at least not to Jason Taylor in his prime, because the dude could basically do everything, whereas Phillips is still a lot more limited. That being said, I don't think it's ever unfair to any player or disrespectful to make any kind of comparison, because you can take even the worst player and compare him to the best player to see where the difference lies. And it's not an insult to either one as long as you're being fair about the comparison.
I say you gotta be fair and you gotta use context.
Are we being fair, Marcus?
Please put context.
Are we being fair, Marcus?
So is it fair to compare? So the question on the table then goes: is it fair to compare the player?
Yes. That isn't that what the draft is about? To see, what
I
player is
100%
this
agree.
player comp is.
I agree,
mean,
D1, because when you watch draft, what do they say? They always do player compare what this player might be like.
But Jason, during the draft, they say they remind me of, or he plays like, or
Jason
Taylor's
not
Phillips
a good.
does remind me of Jason Taylor.
Oh my God!
I'll tell you this: Phillips is already better than Olivier Vernon.
Okay. Well,
now here's the thing.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time. So
he's already better than Olivier Vernon, and I say that because Vernon was not Jalen Phillips. I say that because Vernon was never a creative sack person. He used to clean up a lot. That's why he never had double-digit sacks with us. I think the most sacks Vernon's ever had was 9.5.
But he did play. Vernon did play.
Olivier Vernon was
he played the run very well. He played the run well.
Giants. He played when he left us.
But he never had double-digit sacks with the Giants. He never had double-digit sacks with the Giants. Vernon did not have the closest he came was 8.5.
I thought it was 9.5
with the Giants.
Oh, with the Giants. With us, he had 9.5 one year.
9.5, yeah.
Phillips is that raw talent.
Yeah, that was with us.
So, K Flexen, is there anything that Phillips can do this year for you to be like, you know what? Now you can be compared to Jason Taylor.
Can I say one thing real quick before he answers that? May I say one thing before he answers?
Go ahead, Jolie.
We also have to take into consideration that the rules for defense have changed. The rules that Phillips is playing now allows them a little bit more to be kind of that versatile, where Jason Taylor was dealing with, and I don't want to say it where it sounds kind of degrading Phillips right now, but mostly he was playing with big boys. He wasn't playing with little boys in this league.
It's a different era, Jolie.
A lot more washed down than it was back then when Jason Taylor was playing. So he was playing with a lot more force. So to me, you can't really. You also have to consider that too.
Jolie. Hold on. Go ahead, Flex.
There's nothing he could do. That's all. Because it's just, in my opinion, though, I would never compare no rookie to a Hall of Famer. That's across any sport in any position ever in life. Even though you could say, I ain't gonna lie, Quentin Nelson, he kind of like the closest I would compare to a Hall of, because he's like a beast. But I wouldn't compare no rookie to no Hall of Famer. That's just me, though. Y'all explaining it kind of makes sense how y'all doing it. So I mean, I respect what y'all saying, but I'm never comparing a rookie.
You just haven't.
So why can't we compare the intangibles of that player compared to that Hall of Fame player?
Oh, that's fine, but y'all not doing y'all was talking about. Oh,
I'm not just comparing the intangibles.
Yeah, y'all wasn't
I'm comparing
intangibles.
I look at so let me put this on the table. I look at Phillips and I say, this kid is athletic. He's got the leadership qualities. He's got the aggressiveness. He's showing things that I see that have not been replicated this early in someone's career.
The motive
since Taylor. And I look at that and I see him like in pregame stretches and workouts, and I'm like, yo, this kid, like this
is bad.
He's a Greek god. Like, if you see the way this guy's built.
Can I ask a question? I just want to see the comparison. So, what is the comparison between Jason Taylor and Cameron Wake? Like, where do we like? Who's better than the other?
Well, I think Taylor's better, way better than Wake was. But I love Wake because Wake somebody said it in the chat, and I didn't like it when I read it, but now that I think about it, Wake just rushed the passer good and was able to get around blocking very well.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor
But that's what
literally
wait,
could
hold on.
drop
That's,
back in coverage.
but that's
play
what
outside.
Wake was asked to do.
I understand. I can only go off
Guys,
what I saw, though,
Wake-
right?
Because by the time, remember what the
Wake was actually pretty good in pass coverage.
when Jason Taylor was here most of the
He was
time,
really
in
he was
3-4.
actually good in pass coverage.
When Wake was
he was in the
Jason
3-4
Taylor was
all the
here,
way
we was
from
playing
2009.
3-4. And then Wake came here and we went to a 4-3, which had him more on the edge at the line as compared to a 3-4 Jason Taylor.
No.
You got to also remember one thing about Taylor.
No. Here's what happened. Here's what happened when Cameron Wake first came up. We were in a 3-4.
Yep.
All the way from 2009, and then we brought back Jason Taylor. And once we brought back Jason Taylor, we were still in a 3-4. Because remember, he was with the Sperano years.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Wake was pretty good as not only a pass rusher, but he was actually really good in coverage.
Hey, but you got to also
his skills were very underrated in coverage.
Remember one other thing about Jason Taylor.
He was doing a lot.
He has just
shout out
about
to-
as many.
shout
He
out
has
to-
just about as many touchdowns as Devontae Parker has in his career.
And shout out to the Giants fans for giving us Cameron Wake. Shout out to the Giants fans for giving us Cameron Wake too. Thank you.
Listen,
So
y'all
y'all
not
think,
gonna
like,
y'all not gonna
nobody's,
just
like,
cook
sacred?
Devontae like that. Devontae had
do
two big catches for us yesterday.
Do the Dolphins have any sacred legends to where it's like will like?
Well,
respect,
I don't.
like.
I don't ever think that a
Hold
player
on,
is.
Flex. Hold on, Flex. Finish your question.
Like
Oh, go ahead.
I feel like some players shouldn't be even like like compare like Marino, Jason Taylor. I feel like these guys, you should just like you shouldn't like
All
they
right, so
shouldn't,
let
you
me
shouldn't be able
tell
to
you-
compare them to a rookie
all right,
ever.
So hold
So,
on,
like, all-time
hold on. Let me tell you why that thinking is wrong, K Flex. Okay, that thinking is wrong because sports are about two things, about three things. Sports are about three things: championships, records, and getting away from reality. Okay, those are the three things I personally think sports are about. All right, and I look at that and I say, okay, records are made to be broken, right? And so
Right.
it is the new generation's job to push the old generation out the door and make a bigger, like raise the bar. That's how I've always looked at it. If you go back and look at running backs today, linebackers today compared to running backs, linebackers are running just as fast to 40s as wide receivers were 20 years ago in the NFL.
Oh.
So the game has evolved. Do you get what I'm saying? And
Phillips
so
runs.
And that's why it's even more unfair to compare anybody to
I
anything.
disagree.
Because watch this, even though watch this. In a couple years, everybody's gonna be mad people that done thrown more than Dan Marino. Was they better? It might not be better, but
Dan
they throwing
Marino,
the ball more.
but K Flexen, you also got to look at it like this, and this might contradict my point or not, but the fact of the matter is, Dan Marino was doing things in an era where nobody was
Exactly.
throwing 40 yards the
It's a
ball,
different league, yeah.
and there wasn't the penalties for receivers that there were. Imagine if or roughing the passer the way that there was. Imagine if Marino had that. Marino
you're
and
saying we can't
Marino and Aikman would have easily played another 5 years if they had today's rules.
So
Now,
you're saying we can't
Marino
compare
would've-
because of the
now,
era?
now hold on.
The
Let me finish my statement. So to go further into it, why you're wrong, Flex, is
I'm right.
because
I'm not wrong.
you're wrong. Because at the end of the day, that's what the sports conversation is about. LeBron better than Jordan. Jordan better than LeBron. You know,
The NBA is way different, but NBA is way different.
But
It's still comparing the Hall of Famer to somebody who's in the league right now, though.
yeah,
but
okay, fine. Manning is better than Roger Staubach. You know, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, 100%. Well, if that's the case, then that means everybody currently is going to be better because everybody knows that athletes are getting better across everything in every sport. So basically, you're saying every current athlete is better than the before athletes because that's how it's always going to be.
Taking crybaby Brady out of the equation. Who's the greatest quarterback to ever play Flex?
If you take Brady out, Brady's obvious. I like Peyton, but I don't really.
I think you have to go into era.
I like Peyton.
And so
here's the thing.
The conversation of breaking down the GOAT conversation, right? It's fair to say let's do eras because the games are different at that point, right?
Right.
You and let me go back to the original conversation. you're not happy with us being able to compare a rookie to a person who has a Hall of Fame storied career.
I just say it's disrespectful a little bit. That's it.
I don't think it is. I
Jason
think it's
Taylor
nothing
going
but
to the
respectful.
Jets is disrespectful.
Yes,
hold
that
on,
was
hold on,
disrespectful.
Steven.
Comparing a
Based on-
Hall of Famer to
Steven.
that's why y'all started. Okay, that makes sense.
But hold on,
Okay,
Steven,
let me
here's the
see.
thing.
Hey, Steven, here's
Steven,
the way
here's the
I look
thing.
at it.
Go,
We're comparing
Todd, Vaughn, and Marcus. Todd, Vaughn, and Marcus in that order. Go ahead.
The way I look at it is, can that player play back in that other person's era, or can that person play up in the new era? You know, you got to look at it. I don't think Brady would have done what he's doing now back then because of the hits that he would have taken. Look at the hits that they used to take back when Marino was playing.
That's fair.
And now, if you put Marino in this era, he'd probably throw for 8,000 yards.
10,000 yards a season.
Okay, y'all are crazy now, but it's fair. It's a fair. Bonjo.
So this is what I'm saying, Steven, because the reason why I'm saying let's pump the brakes on comparison is because just let's call it 3-4 weeks ago, we were just saying that okay, maybe this guy is a bust, and now he's strung a couple good games together. Now we're saying
everybody and go straight.
But hold on, now we're saying that he's a potential Hall of Famer, or we're comparing him to Hall of Famers. That's why I'm saying, wait, let's relax.
Before this,
I got one
before this
comparison I
streak
want
of
to
him
actually
getting
make.
sacked, before this streak of him getting sacked,
Hold on, let Marcus go. D1, let Marcus go,
fault, go
and
ahead.
then go Marcus D1, then Alexander. Marcus D1, then Alexander.
So, okay.
Ladies-
so my
ladies
philosophy, my philosophy is a little bit different. I think when you make a comparison, you're not necessarily saying that this player is on this player's level, right? You're just taking a look at what the two players do, what their games were, drawing parallels, that kind of stuff. I don't think that's ever unfair. And I don't think it's unfair to make the comparison in sports to even from rookies to all-time legends, is because the players do that themselves, right? Mm-hmm. If you're a quarterback in the league, isn't it your job to be the best quarterback that ever existed ever? And if you don't think like that, if you don't approach it like, I'm going to go into this league and I'm going to leave with the best career anyone's ever had, aren't you doing yourself a disservice? Right? So I feel like making those comparisons, it's not always fair to the rookies, and sometimes some people may think of it as being, disrespectful to the legends, but ultimately sports are about competition, right? And that's not just competition between, guys on the field together, but guys who came before you, trying to be better, trying to do more than they ever could. And yes, some of that's down to, increases in technology, understanding of, physics and how, human bodies work.
And let me just interrupt. Marcus brings up a great point, and I'll let D1 go after me unless Marcus isn't done. Flex, the reason that you and I have a platform on Twitter is because of those conversations. It is the sole reason that people want to watch our YouTube channels.
If I compare Tua to Peyton, I'm trolling. I don't think y'all are seriously comparing Jalen Phillips to Jason Taylor. I don't know.
I am.
And that's the thing.
Hey, Stevie D, I watch you. I watch the show because you're the GOAT. That's why.
You know what?
Don't
blow my head up. Don't blow my head up.
The
Alexander.
thing about that is you can make the comparison without necessarily saying that this person is going to be as good. You're just saying if I make a comparison to Peyton Manning or anything like that, I'm comparing primarily the accuracy, the game awareness, the anticipation, that kind of stuff. When I'm making comparisons to even people like Marino, I'm comparing, okay, well, he's not got as good of an arm. He's not got, the kind of thing, but he does have a really good release, right? His release is super quick and it's super snappy. And so, you can compare aspects without necessarily having to say that he compared Tua to Marino? Dude, you're crazy, man. He's never going to be.
I have a question. Y'all think that these players would get mad? If Jason Taylor was watching this right now and he heard Steven say, I see Phillips, I see Jason Taylor and Phillips.
You want to know why I know?
On the comparison.
Time out. Well, it depends on the player. But I don't think so, and here's why. I watch OJ McDuffie talk a lot on the Fish Tank, and I feel like that's all these guys do now, even former players, is they say, hey, this guy reminds me of X person when I was in the league.
Dude, I've seen Jason Taylor talk about him. He loves Phillips.
Yeah.
He loves
He can
Tua.
love him, but he ain't go. Did he call him himself? Did he say he remind me of me?
You guys also forget that he's.
I want to go
he's
search
helping
for it
him
now.
out.
You guys also forget that he's announcing the games.
I guarantee you, he helps them out
He's
on
announcing
the
the
game.
games too.
And not only
He
that,
should.
Flexen, if Jason Taylor says it, then you have to agree with it.
If Jason tells like, yeah, he's a baby me, I'll be like, okay, Jason. I'm like, okay, I respect. But like, it's just for, like,
he plays just like me, but he's less good looking.
I do recognize like my way of thinking is kind of old school. I do recognize that.
No,
So,
but
like, it's cool.
As long as you know that you're wrong,
Steven,
that's
So
fine.
I got a hot take.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, I want to bring something to the panel real quick, guys.
And then Joe Lee
I want to bring
next.
something to the panel. Let me ask you this: Do you compare Jalen Waddle to OJ McDuffie?
No.
So no.
Or
and,
Tony
and
Martin?
OJ, it's funny because that question was
You guys
asked
don't
on
think
the
so?
lunch. Well, so there's a thing on Instagram called the Lunchbox on Fridays, and it's OJ McDuffie, Travis Wingfield, Seth Lovett, and DJ Preach. But the good thing about that is that question was asked last Friday on the Lunchbox on Instagram, and OJ said, "No, Waddle's way better than me. Waddle's so much faster. Like OJ said that Waddle was better than him." So, I think they're totally two different receivers if you look at it from that point. Jolie, go ahead, Jolie.
I was just gonna say that you really can't compare players now to back then because again, it's just a completely different league. I mean, it doesn't even compare. They were giants. I mean, they were. I don't want to say like they're big boys. I mean, the things that they were doing back then are nothing compared to what they're doing now. Obviously, because of player safety and all of that. But at the end of the day, you can't compare them because they just are such a different league between both of them. It just is so much. And yes, if Marino was playing in this league, Marino would have had like 10,000 yards a season and about 60 touchdowns plus every single season. But you put any quarterback from nowadays back then, and they would have probably had maybe 5-10 years left to their career because it's just so physical. And it's not as physical as it was before. That's all. I just want to say that.
Look, I think at the end of the day, what you're going to see is that the comparison, the conversation is what sparks sports topics, sports talk shows, sports debates, YouTube channels, and that's half of the fun of doing this on a day in, day out basis. And so I don't think it's disrespectful, Flex. I think it's just the reality of what we're in. And I also think that it's part of what makes sports fun.
Steven, check me out. Steven, check me out real quick.
You're right on that, Steven.
And by the way, Alexander, I would love to do a top 10 Dolphins YouTube greatest of all time. See, now I want to know who's the GOAT on YouTube.
So, Steven.
Look, I was trying to get Flex. I was trying to bait Flex into it.
Oh, I'm finna say so, but
I was trying to bait Flex into it.
Nah.
Nope.
Flex is like,
guys, real quick, I'm sorry. I just want to give a shout out. You know, the other podcast, Big O just recently lost one of their members, Bill.
Yeah,
so I just want to give my condolences out there.
Yeah, shout out to Big O. Yeah, but lost his best friend. Bill Paxton was a part of his team for a long time. So yeah, shout out to Big O. Go ahead, Vonjo. You were about to say something, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just going back off this players comparison because we always compare to GOATs, right? So, just going back off Jalen Phillips and where he was at before this streak, right? So, would have been crazy if we would have said that Phillips is gonna be another Sims. Deion Sims, you remember that Deion? That was athletic.
That would have been crazy
that came out of Oregon, and he was supposed to be the next Jason Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
oh my
so
God, that's a perfect example. Holy, that's just great. We
could have easily said at the beginning.
Oh, you hit the nail on the head with that, yeah.
People were saying that, he's gonna be trash. He's not getting sacks. All right, that was what Deion Sims was doing before, but Deion Sims never turned it around. So that's what I'm saying. Let's not compare.
The equivalent of calling him a bust. And that's the equivalent of calling him
Deion
a bust.
Jordan never in his life did anything remotely compared to what Jalen Phillips has done.
But wait, hold on. But what was Phillips doing in the beginning of the season, though? He wasn't doing anything.
Bro, but he has broke the rookie
people are
season
also
track
saying
record now.
Now, Steven, now he started picking up. He picked up on our defense.
He's progressed.
We start doing.
Bonjo, I love you. You're my boy. There's no way you just compared Deion Jordan to Jalen Phillips. Bro.
This is why this was an amazing comparison. He's saying what y'all saying in the opposite direction. It would have been super unfair and just a horrible comparison to do that early. So why is it okay to do it in the other direction when you compare him to our best player we ever had?
Well, I don't think it's unfair in either direction, to be honest. If the dude's playing like a bust, he's playing like a bust, and you can make that comparison
because it's too early.
Well, no, that's the thing. You don't have to call him a bust to say he's playing like a bust, right? You don't have to call him a Hall of Famer to say he's playing like a Hall of Famer. Every once in a while, someone may just have a great game, and you say, well, he played that game like a Hall of Famer, right?
That's like saying then we could say from game to game, everybody's a Hall of Famer.
I feel with Marcus coming. That means whenever we draft somebody and he plays bad the first 3 games, I automatically call him a bust. But
no, like I said, you can't.
But the fact of the matter is, Flexen, that's what fans do.
You can't call him. You can't definitively state that he.
You know what I
bust,
love about Phillips, though?
Compare him to people who
Alexander,
were
you got a lot of feedback, Alexander.
Hey, you know what I love about Phillips?
Sorry about that.
Is his attitude.
Yeah.
You noticed yesterday the first thing he tweeted out afterwards wasn't about his sacks. It was 5 in a row. Then when they asked him earlier in the season, you want to have more sacks than Russo? He goes, I just want to win. He don't care. He's out there to win.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's fair to call. Another thing is just about a bust. I don't think it's fair to call Noah Aikman not going to be a bust yet.
Thank you.
That's fair. That's fair. Nah, that's fair.
Flex.
That's super fair.
Look at me with a straight.
He hasn't played. That's why.
Iggy's not straight trash.
No, he's trash. Not 100%.
Thank you.
No, hold on. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, hold on. Iggy don't have 2 Pro Bowls ahead of him.
He can barely make it to
Bonjo,
a gun.
Bonjo, are you saying
he's barely played?
Bonjo, do you really believe that, bro?
Why you think he barely played? It ain't because he's talented. He ain't been hurt.
The reason why I'll let you know this, guys. Hold on. I got one for y'all.
Please, Joe or Alex, please, one of the two.
So I was gonna say, so you're gonna start.
All right, let me ask you this: if you are you?
Go ahead,
Alex. Go ahead. Go.
My bad. I'm sorry, Vaughn. I was saying this: are you really gonna sit Byron Jones or Xavier Howard over Noah? No. Noah cannot play the slot. Noah can only play the boundary. He's a boundary corner.
So why
and you also forget he's transitioning from a wide receiver to a corner. You also got to forget that. So we can't. So Noah, it's not fair to call Noah a bust because he's barely played. He's barely seen the field.
Hey, Alexander, you want to know how I can call him a bust? Because he's a bust. Because he's
Steven.
a bust.
Steven, the one thing I will say about Noah, it's unfair to a point because if he was drafted where he should have been drafted in the 5th round, 4th round, you wouldn't be saying that. But the Dolphins were the stupid ones. The Dolphins were the stupid ones to take a chance on a developmental player in the first round.
And you win some.
Howard won't be here this year. Howard will be here next year.
I have a perfect rebuttal for all y'all Noah bashers, right? And we're gonna go off Tua Tagovailoa.
EM Dolphin, can you come on, EM? Go ahead,
because we're gonna go off Tua. Because y'all said that the first complaint that you guys had about Tua is that he don't have enough experience, he don't have enough playing time. That he's starting to turn around after these 16 games. Noah hasn't played. He has 2 All-Stars in front of him.
Why just?
But every time he gets on the field, he gets cooked.
So we know he's a DB that has to get better.
Noah can't even make it to special teams. How is he not a bust?
That's what I'm saying.
He is on special teams actually. Now he
can't be a.
Bonjo, I love you. You wrong. You were wrong.
I said Noah has to play.
Are we supposed to watch Noah get burnt for 2 years more and then figure out, okay, now he a bust?
Guys, I already know. You know what's going to end up happening? Here's exactly what's going to happen. Howard will not be here next year. Okay, I know that for a fact. He will not be here next year. The writing's on the wall with Howard.
Flex is saying
he will not be
we're
here.
just supposed to sit around for 2
We about to just watch Noah get burned for
Watch
2
him
more
get
years,
burned.
and then be like, all right, now he's a bust. Nah. But like, I ain't gonna lie, he's trash. But at the same
Howard
time,
won't be here next year.
Noah's been positioned, but he doesn't have the ball skills because he hasn't developed them.
At the same time, like you gotta think. All right, boom. When y'all think Noah gonna be good? If you are Noah defender, I didn't even know he had defenders. But when do you think Noah? When do you think Noah will be good?
When he gets some PTs.
How long does it take a corner? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, bro. Do you expect to be good if you're sitting on the bench the whole time?
Why are you sitting on the bench?
Hey, real quick,
Hey,
real quick, just I gotta say this breaking news. Miami has just fired Manny Diaz. University of Miami has just fired Miami Diaz. It is
finally
Mario Cristobal, welcome to Miami.
Wow.
Welcome to Miami.
I love it.
But so let me add. So you got 2 All-Stars in front of you. You have 2 Pro Bowl corners in front of you. Okay. So how do you expect if you don't see the field? How are you supposed to develop?
All right, this is where it gets bad.
How are you supposed
Go
to
ahead,
develop?
Flex. Go ahead, Flex. Answer.
Nobody can answer that.
No,
Okay,
Flex is about
that's
to
a fair
answer.
point.
Go ahead.
That's a fair point now, but this is where it gets bad. When is he gonna see the field? And, all right, boom. So let's say he sees the field next year, right? And then he plays okay. And then his 4th year, he has the experience now. He plays good. Are we supposed to just pay him and then pay him a bunch of money and then we don't even really know if he's supposed to be?
We don't pay him a bunch of money,
long term, he's just not good. If he's not good by his 2nd year, how long is his contract? You got to think
that's the thing, K Flex. Are you saying that he's not good? We do not
Hey,
know.
look
We
at
really don't know.
Hey, so let me ask you something. We're supposed to put him out at corner to be the Austin Jackson of the cornerbacks to get cooked every play.
Again, who knows? How do you know he's
practice? They got practice, bro. If he was decent, they'd put him somewhere.
Andrevius, thoughts on this, Andrevius?
If that's the case, then Hunter Long is a bust. I'm just saying, if that's the case,
he might be a bust Hunter Long is straight trash.
Hunter Long should have got drafted.
You ain't hurt my feelings about saying that. Hunter Long a bust. These boys are bust.
I'm not gonna go that far about Noah Long.
Y'all been crying about how.
But
Noah's a bust. Hold on. Since Andrevius is here.
My name's Andrevius.
Sorry about that, sir. And we're gonna go off that. We could have said last year Tua was an absolute bust last year because he kept getting benched.
What?
Right?
Andrevius, what is your thing
No.
saying?
What do you
mean?
Noah can't even get on the field. He doesn't even have an opportunity to get benched. He doesn't even have an opportunity to get benched.
2 Pro Bowls ahead of him. Tua's getting benched for a guy that was just a journeyman quarterback.
If Tua would have got benched last year and this year just couldn't get on the field, I would say Tua was a bust.
Exactly. I would be right with you. Like, goddamn, he can't even get on the field over Jacoby Brissett.
Everybody was saying, "Oh, Tua don't have time. Let Tua play.
Vaughn. If Tua couldn't get on the field over
getting on the field.
If Tua couldn't get on the field over Jacoby Brissett this year, it's bust. He's a bust. Let it go.
Right.
Okay, so now you compare.
And by the way, Von Joe, hold on, Von Joe. That's coming from the president. That's coming from the president.
No, we play 5 DBs on the field almost every play. He could get on the field somewhere.
We only have 2 boundary DBs though. What you talking about? We put him in the slot. He get roasted, and now we
he can't play the slot. That's his problem. That's his problem.
No,
I just gotta say something.
Now we saying that Byron trash.
Hold on. Ennis
that's what he is.
Hold on. Ennis is next. But we are legit having a conversation about Noah Igbenogany.
So
because y'all wilding.
I'm laughing about it. I can't do
Noah got a fan club.
Hey, Steven.
Von Joe, I just need you to take this mantle. You are the president of the Noah Igbenogany fan club.
I'll take it.
You are taking that mantle.
Here's what we'll do.
We've been down safety.
Let Ennis go. Go ahead, Ennis.
Okay, so y'all really having a debate about a person that was drafted. True, he was drafted high, but y'all do know he was a wide receiver. So if he's a bust, it's a bust. He's a bust because of the coaches. Now I agree with Vaughn. Like, who is you going to put him over Byron Jones? A person that's making how much? You're not going to start him. He's a boundary corner. You're not going to put him on the field when you got 5 DBs having him in the slot. He's learning the position, and he can't get on the field to learn when you got
Hey,
2 all-pros already starting. X
hey,
and Byron, he's not going to get on the field. So he
hey,
is
hey,
not a
listen
bust.
to me.
No, ain't no
Opportunity.
A.
Listen to me.
Ain't
Listen to me.
no
Listen to
A.
me, baby.
No,
NSU,
hold on. Here's a
NSU
clear
about to be the
example.
vice president of the fan
Hold on.
club.
Here's a clear
Listen to
example.
me.
Here's
Listen
a
to me,
clear
baby.
example.
Listen.
Bobby
Listen to
You
Dre.
McCain.
can't say he
Bobby
a bust if
McCain.
he hasn't got on the field. He's not
I can
getting on
say
the
he a
field because
bust.
we got
Nah,
2
Bobby McCain was an
all-pro
excellent
corners
slot
on
corner.
the
Listen
field.
to me. Listen to me, baby.
Oh my
Listen.
God.
Y'all so
He's been
adamant we
active the
getting rid.
last 5
I'm
weeks.
gonna let you know right there. Y'all so adamant we getting rid of X this offseason and Noah gonna
I
take
didn't
his
say
place.
that.
We
I
getting
didn't say
cooked
that.
next year, boy.
We didn't say,
We
hold
is
on.
getting
I didn't say get rid of
cooked.
him.
We about to
I
be
didn't say
getting
get rid of
cooked by these
X.
receivers next year,
I didn't
boy.
say get X. But hold
Hey,
on.
I didn't
Somebody
say.
Hold on.
every week on us. Somebody
Dre,
getting
I'm not
100
Dre,
yards
saying
hold
get
on.
rid of
every
X.
week.
But Dre,
Cooked.
remember
Hold
you
on,
remember when Bobby
guys.
McCain.
hold up though?
Hold
Hold on, Bobby
How long
McCain.
do you think SC's gonna hold up?
Bobby McCain's doing good in Washington, by
No,
the
but
way.
hold on, Steven. Hear my point. Bobby McCain got paid as a slot. You remember when we put Bobby McCain in on the boundaries, and he got barbecue chicken every play.
EM Dolphin, can you make some sense of this?
No,
Hello,
when
EM.
Bobby McCain was on the boundary, he was
Are
barbecue chicken.
are we really
Trash.
sitting? Are we really sitting here trying to make a case for Noah Igbenogany at this point?
Can't flex it up. Can't flex
I
it
mean,
up.
are
I'm
you?
crying. I'm
Yeah.
Oh
crying,
my
man.
Okay.
God, bro!
Here's
I'm
Who is?
crying.
here's what we're
I
gonna
want to
do.
first.
We're gonna
I want to
I read
know.
something. I started this conversation. By
Okay,
saying that you can't be it's not fair to call Noah a bust. It's
no,
not fair
bro.
because he's
It's
barely
No,
played.
exactly. It's
no, no,
absolutely
no,
fair.
no, no,
Barely
no, no.
played.
No, 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 no. I
In
want to
that
be.
case,
No, no, no.
Jeff Okuda.
No.
Okuda's a bust.
Oh
Okuda's a
yeah,
bust then.
Go
yeah,
ahead, EM.
absolutely,
Go ahead,
absolutely, Jeff,
EM.
100%.
absolutely. Relative to where he was drafted, Jeff Okuda is a
I
complete
wouldn't say
bust.
Okuda's a bust now. I wouldn't say that.
He's a bust. He's
What
a
you mean?
bust. He's
Hold
getting
on. Okuda's
Von Joe
trash.
said barbecue chicken.
whenever. Listen. Relative to Noah Igbenogany, listen. Sure, you can try to argue the narrative that, well, where are you going to play him? Because I heard Travis Winfield say that, who I hold in high regard, but I got to emphatically disagree with him on this. He's in a position to where, okay, he can't be overly critical of any Dolphin players because of his affiliation with the organization. So I get that. But when you have a first round pick, okay, whether he was overdrafted, at this point we can all agree that he might have been, overdrafted. But the fact is, he was a first round pick, and for your first round pick to be, since we've had him, he's been a healthy scratch more often than active, and that tells me whenever you're a healthy scratch, I mean, we had individuals like Trill Williams promoted above him several games
Hold on, EM, his teammate from Auburn.
games. Hey, absolutely, and so. From that perspective, bro, when coaches make you a healthy scratch, they're telling you offer no value to me on Sunday. You cannot help me in any way, shape, or form. And for a first round pick to be more a healthy scratch than made active since he's been in a Miami Dolphins uniform, no, I'm sorry. Emphatically, he's a bust to this point. I'm sorry.
Hey,
EM, let me add one more thing.
I'm with you when you're right.
So y'all need to stop that nonsense. Whoever's trying to sell that narrative.
But if
I say he needs to
Can I
play.
add one more thing? Hey, Steven, let me add one more thing to that.
Go ahead, Todd.
He in college he was known as a good return man. Right now you're taking a chance with Holland or Waddle back there over him.
Wait, whoa. What you mean you're taking a chance with Hollins? Hollins is a great return man.
Yeah, but if Iggy's such a great pick, why isn't he back there doing it? If that was one of his, things.
I don't want to see Holland get hurt or Waddle get hurt because that'll hurt our offense and defense in a big way.
Okay, so that's all the more reason for Iggy to be returning kicks.
That goes to coaching, like I said. He's been in here, this is his second year. So if you can't coach him up to get him on the field, that means the coaching is the reason why he's a bust. Because you knew when he came, he was a project.
No, well, hang on. Let me rebut that for a minute. Let me rebut that real quick.
Hold on, let EM go.
How
Go ahead, EM. Go ahead.
long does it take for a late first round pick to bloom? How long does it take for a late first round pick to bloom?
But he shouldn't have been a late first round pick.
A late first rounder.
He
I mean,
should
he's
a late first rounder, like a 31st.
Hey, Alexander, to answer your question, and then EM will go. Any first round pick should be making a difference on the field by the end of his rookie season.
Hey, and besides, I would go after EM, but I know he's about to steal my point. I know he is.
Go ahead, EM. EM, the floor is yours. EM.
See, when you try to assign blame to the coaches, okay, so are you going to blame the coaches for, I don't know, Nick Needham's development?
There you go. You stole my point.
I blame the coaches. Are you going to blame the coaches for coaching up Justin Coleman to the point where he's a top 5 slot guy in the league right now?
Yeah, hold on. Needham was on the field getting toasted his first season. They let him make his mistakes on the field.
Until halfway through the year.
Here's the difference.
Wait. No, Needham wasn't getting toasted his first year. No, he got toasted in training camp in preseason. But when they cut him, put him on a practice squad, and he got his body right by week. I think they promoted him at week 8? I think of 2019.
It was halfway through the season.
And so he became an immediate contributor to this defense. No, so I got him. I'm sorry, I got to disagree with that. It's not, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is with Noah, but I will say this, just to extend some grace to Noah. I do believe in this kid's athleticism. I believe the coaching staff does. So he's an elite athlete. So when you have those elite traits, bro, coaches give you they tend to be a little more patient with you. So we'll see what we get whenever he's given a true opportunity to be a primary guy. So, but as of right now, no, he's a bust, bro.
Austin Jackson athletic too. He a bum.
Hey, hold up.
But at least he on the field. At least he can get on the field. At least he's on the field.
True.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Needham was covering number 1 well by the end of the year.
Hey, Bond 954 asked, does anyone know what round they had Iggy projected to go in out of the
draft? He was, I think early on it was a late second. I thought it was late second or high third.
Yeah, I thought it was third.
Ian, let me ask you a quick question, bro. Yeah, I want to ask you a question. Do you blame? It's funny you mentioned coaching about that.
Thank you for the donation. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, do you blame the coaching for the O-line development?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I'll be blaming them for that, but not Noah.
I have a thing.
Well, first off, is the offensive line coaching the defensive backs or vice versa? No. You have a.
That's one of the reasons why.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to go ahead. Say something real quick. I apologize. That's the reason. That's the reason why I'm 50-50 on Flores, because of the problem he has to put together a coaching staff. It's been 4 years already. This is year 3. Next year will be year 4, and he still don't have a proper coaching staff put together. That's the problem I have with Flores.
Listen, I tell y'all, stop coming for Flores.
So
don't come for Flores while I'm
even on
here.
this 5-game winning streak.
Listen. They're two different coaches. Listen. The defensive back coaches, bro. You're seeing the results that they are getting. Okay, we have one. I mean, we got one of the best secondaries, and we're just not talking about cornerbacks. Look at how to coach up these safeties. You know what I'm saying? So the O-line is an issue. I think the O-line coach is an issue. I said that at the beginning of the season. You can't, if you're going to take a youth, if you're going to bring in more youth on your O-line, well, you generally need to bring in a veteran presence from a coaching perspective. You can't have it both. You can't have a first-year guy and tons of youth on your O-line. That's just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. So, yeah, the O-line coach is an issue, but the defensive backs coach, you're seeing the tangible, results that he's getting every week. I mean, look at Javon Holland. He's got this coach. They have coached this kid up so he's like the 6th rated safety in the entire NFL. So no, you can't. So in closing, as regards to Noah, I don't know what's going on with Noah, to be honest. Because they keep saying he puts in the work, he works hard, he's smart, he's this and this. It's just there's a disconnect there's a disconnect somewhere, and I don't know what it is, bro. I really don't.
EM. Here's the difference. Bottom line, when it comes to the coaching, Iggy's the only one not growing in the secondary. Then you go look at the offensive line. Everybody that was, all right, Kinley was decent last year. Everybody has dropped back. Not one offensive line player has shown any growth. They've all regressed.
I agree 100%. So
Robert Hunt has been the best of the bunch, and
he is regressed since last year.
Yeah, he has. They should first off. They should have never moved.
No, I don't agree. No,
they should.
Robert Hunt has been better. Has been better this year than he has been last year. Yes, has he got a little bit of pressures here and there? Of course, yes.
A little bit.
But I think Robert Hunt has really progressed and become a better player.
I think Hunt,
he's actually a better
disagree.
I disagree with that. I think Hunt, minimum has been a wash, him at tackle or at guard. But I think a good left tackle is going to offer more value to a team as opposed to a good guard on any day of the week. So I felt like last year, Robert Hunt showed you, especially the second half of the season, his growth. He showed he was settling into that position. And I get the narrative that, well, okay, we're going to move you and we're going to bank on your upside as a guard. But that's a dangerous game to play because if he doesn't take that significant leap, okay, well then what was it was a ridiculous move in my opinion. They should have, because it created a bigger void on his line than going into the season. If they would just left him there, right tackle wouldn't be as big of an issue right now.
And to make matters worse, right tackle is a new position.
But here's the thing.
But I thought that.
Go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead, Bonjo.
The scouts had him.
I was gonna say.
He was a left tackle. He was a left tackle in college, so he went to the right side and was learning that and was making his progress.
Go ahead, Bonjo.
I was gonna say, just going off this again, this narrative of being 50-50 or jumping off the Flores ship. Right. And again, we keep arguing that he can't put together a proper coaching staff, but it's really the offensive side that's been lacking. But all the great offensive coordinators are not going to leave their team and go get another offensive coordinating job.
That's a good point.
They usually go into a head coaching job. So you guys keep fighting him about offensive coordinators. We had a decent offensive coordinator last year, but he didn't want to coach our quarterback. Let's keep it real.
That's a good point.
Flores
drove Gailey out.
Flores drove Gailey out. Flores drove Gailey out because even at the end of the day, people kept saying, why was the playbook different for Tua? Why was the playbook different for Tua? Come to find out, Tua himself said, I didn't really know the playbook. So again, he didn't want to coach a young. He just didn't want to coach a young quarterback. Plain and simple.
I just think he wasn't prepared to coach a young quarterback, and when they went ahead and made the decision without even consulting him, he kind of realized what his point there was.
So is that
wasn't
Flores'
to be a part of the team? I don't think that's Flores' fault. I think the fault lies with Greer, possibly with Ross, but I think it's with Greer for wanting to start Tua.
So again, now let's go again. Who was the great offensive coordinators last year, and where are they now? They're either on the same team and they didn't leave their team, or they took a head coaching position. You guys acting like you see great offensive coordinators taking other offensive coordinator jobs at other teams. That's why I said it's hard to build a team, to have a young team and have great coaches say, "Hey, you're a veteran coach. Come help me coach my young team."
Hey, we dropped the ball when it came to Pep Hamilton. We should have hired him. But
I think we dropped the ball. I mean, we really dropped the ball when we let Jim Caldwell get away from the organization.
Yeah, I give you that. I forgot all about that.
He was sick. I understand he was sick, but I would, if I was Flores, I would have given him whatever. And even going into this offseason, I would even entertain bringing him back. That's the move they should have made sure.
Listen, Flores is not perfect. Flores is not perfect. He's his ego. I don't think his ego allows him to get somebody strong-minded on the offensive side.
Where, hold on. Where do you get that from, though?
From his
what part of
entire,
his ego? What
from
part of his
his
ego
entire staff.
says that
Can I
says that
one question?
he doesn't want anybody older than him or more seasoned than him?
He's been trying to hire experienced guys on the offensive side of the ball since the very beginning. He's just not had a lot of success with it.
Okay, so that's but people are saying that his ego won't let him do it. But if he's trying to and he's not being successful in doing it, we don't know what's going on behind those doors that's saying, okay, dang, Flores, I don't want to coach with you because of this, this, and this.
I'm back.
We're not saying that if we saw that he doesn't even want to entertain veteran coaches, okay, now I could easily say, no, this man has an ego issue.
Wait, because I have a quick question. I have a quick question for EM and actually for K Flexing. What do you think if we make the playoffs? Can we go ahead and attract an offensive mind coach to bring to the team? And if so, who do you think would actually be enticed to come here if we do make the playoffs for EM and K Flexing?
Wait, you said an offensive mind. You mean an offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah,
Coordinator. Okay. I mean,
I would be looking at Joe Brady right
to be
now.
honest with you, to be honest with you, the growth that I'm seeing from Godsey or whoever's calling the plays, whoever's the primary signal caller, the growth that I've seen up to this point, and hopefully it continues to evolve as the season goes on. I would entertain keeping them because again, if you bring in another guy, here we go again. Your young developmental quarterback, another offensive philosophy, another playbook. Everybody has to learn.
But our offense isn't good though.
The only person I would consider is Brady.
But here's the thing. I think the reason why we're seeing the lack of production offensively is not necessarily a schematic thing now. It's more execution. And I keep saying that. I've been saying this for 2 years. People that have been following me, been listening to me, know this. If you need better players up front to where we can establish a run game because the approach that they've chosen, everything is predicated on the run game. And so that should be the priority this offseason. Get more talent, more players that have been there and done that up front. And I guarantee you will see it uptick in production overall with this offense. I'm convinced.
Let me ask you, EM, who's the best running back coming out of college this year for the RPO?
See, I don't get into RPO running back. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what's the definition of an RPO running back. I mean, that's,
I want to get away from
someone who can catch just as well as run out the backfield.
I want to get away from the RPO.
Hey, D1.
You want to get
D1.
No,
yeah.
Hey, D1, you there?
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, Pete can't get on, but he's in the chat box if you want to say
All
something.
right,
Pete, real quick.
Okay.
I got to get off and go to work. So, Pete, come on up.
EM, here's the reason why I want to get away from the RPO.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Salute, bro.
Easy time.
What's that now? What's that?
This is why I would like to see more than the RPO. Let me say I don't want to get away from it, but it being our base, I saw it yesterday, and that was one of our problems yesterday. Because again, I watched the all 22, right? And I actually watched the all 22 when you and TD are doing it. But I was watching it and I saw that wheel route that they keep running, right? That got taken away. When that tight end when Wilson goes into motion and that tight end usually leaks out, you start seeing that got taken away. So that's why our offense started stalling. Because our offense right now is way too predictable and it's easy for defenses to take away our bread and butter. But the only thing that was still there was the slants. And all of a sudden that back shoulder throw came back, and that was because Parker was there.
So here's what I think.
People forgetting that Patrick Graham is a Flores disciple, and that they see the defense in the same way.
If I can just say my piece real quick.
Flores disciple?
I mean, I'm saying Patrick Graham is a Flores disciple. I don't care. He's a Flores disciple, damn it.
Are you kidding me? Go ahead, Marcus.
So I think what we're seeing a lot is something I've said for a while. It's just a lack of experience. Our offensive coordinators are all very new, and a lot of the stuff you see are just really boneheaded things that you think would be, fairly common sense, but maybe aren't so much to a new guy, right? Things like when to call runs, when to do certain things, when to use timeouts, all this stuff. That's all experience stuff that you can pick up, or you hopefully can pick up as you do the job. I think schematically speaking, there is some talent there. There is a level of genius, and I wouldn't say that it is full-blown genius, but I'd say there is a level of clever play calling that I have seen. I just haven't seen it consistently, and I wonder if that's because whoever is responsible for the cleverness on offense isn't in a primary position, or if they just don't feel that they can run this all the time because A, you don't want to give away all your tricks, and B, if your offense is bad, right? You kind of don't want to rely on, these weird gimmicky things that can get taken away from you when you want to focus on improving the core of your offense. So I personally feel like if we give these guys another couple years, or not a couple years, just give them till next season to see improvement, I think that's probably the smart play, because I don't even think there's anybody on the market who is looking for an offensive coordinator position that would blow these two out of the water, right?
I would agree. I would agree.
Real quick,
I would agree.
Hey, Steven, hold on, guys. Just real quick. I just want to say, Steven.
I want to throw this at y'all real quick. Hold on real quick, bro.
I just want to say, Steven, thank you for having me. I got to go.
Go
ahead, Vonjo. Be good, Vonjo.
Vonjo, salute to you, bro. Salute to you,
man. And again, man, hey, 5 in a row.
I like your takes, bro. Yeah, man, I just wanted to throw this in there real quick. I hope that they at least kick the tires, bring Joe Brady in, and interview him, to be honest. I think they need to do that. For just the second team to give yourself
literally locked down a Joe Brady offense last week. Now we want him in.
Okay, level 2 new. What I was gonna say, or I do want to respond to what you said in the chat, because the offense is very predictable. That is part of the problem. But I'm saying there is like 1 or 2 plays, usually every game. Sometimes there's like 3 or 4 plays a game, where you see that spark of cleverness. I'm trying to remember what was the game where they had pulled the tight end across the field, and they had what was it, I think they pulled a direct snap to the tight end. It was in the Jets game, I think, and it was a really bad, near the end of the game, and it made no sense to call it. But it was these clever little things, and you see clever little motions, you see the wildcat used occasionally, and that's what I'm talking about with the cleverness. I think that there is some cleverness on offense. It's just the problem is they don't want to rely on that, either because they don't want to be gimmicky or because they don't trust their offense to be able to execute this on a consistent basis.
The issues, in my opinion, like I said, I think the biggest issue with this team, offensively, is the fact we're too one-dimensional. It's too imbalanced. We throw too much, and again, we've been more balanced here recently, and don't think for 1 second that's not contributing to the overall team success. So again, but if you get better talent up front that can actually consistently move people, actually create creases for our running backs, and we can develop our run game and consistently control the clock, consistently. Again, it's just execution with me. It's better talent and execution, and you will see the chunk plays, you will see the splash plays, because in the NFL, I'll say this again, in the NFL game, generally, the splash plays are generally set up off of the run game. That's just how the game is played. So if you do that, again, it's entertaining another guy. I'm leaning more towards let these guys get another year, because you're seeing them evolve as we're going on, as the season is going on.
Real quick, what do y'all think of the elevator graphic this week? Here it goes. Look.
Who was that? Who was that? Adam Butler?
Yeah. Get over here. It's such a good one. I love it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's do final thoughts of the day. Final thoughts of the day here on Clack Lockers, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show. This has been a lot of fun this morning. Before we go ahead and do that, want to remind you all, tomorrow, Tuesday Take with my man Seth Lovett. He'll be on for about 20 minutes tomorrow. So we'll have a really good Dolphin chat tomorrow. Another great panel. So come on tomorrow. We'll have a good time tomorrow. Want to remind you all, Wednesday is Mortal Kombat Wednesday. I really would love to see Pete versus D1. I think it'll be a good matchup. But update on the Panthers and the Heat. I'm going to kind of go into a little depth on them. And then Thursday, I'm going to have my man Richmond Webb on.
That's what's up.
Talk about thoughts about the Dolphins. And I'm also going to have Daniel Oyefusi on from the Miami Herald to do his weekly Dolphins report, which is normally on Tuesdays. And co-hosting with me will be, as always, on Throwback Thursday, D-Dub, OG, Triple OG.
Shout out to D-Dub.
No doubt. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a Friday show yet or not. And the reason is it's a bye week. And I really want to sleep in and just have a few days with the family. And Monday, I don't know if I'm going to have a show either because I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. With the family. So, So, look, I might take a few days off, guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's what's up. Steven, real quick, I just want to shout out to K Flexing. All respect always, but I do want that Madden smoke. You've been running for years, bro. I've been calling you out for years.
EM, you know where I want it. I want it on this channel. I want y'all to have it on this
platform. Any platform. He's been running for years. I've been calling him out for years now.
I would smack everybody on this panel in Madden. See me on the PS5.
Say what, Flex?
What system is he on?
I'm on that PS5, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can play. We'll play soon.
Let me get your phone on your PSN also. I'm on the 5 also.
I want it on this panel.
Hey,
yeah, I'm on the 5.
Hey, D1, send me a friend's invite. It's my.
You cheating? You cheating?
What's your PSN name?
It's EM_Dolphin fan.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
All right.
Hey, D1, EM, and K Flex. If y'all can get a fourth, we can have a Madden tournament on my channel, a 4-person Madden tournament.
Anybody can get it. I want that 4th spot to be reserved for ball game. I want him to because I gotta get my leg back.
So hey,
I gotta get my leg back.
EM, could you be in charge of setting it up and we can have it on an evening?
Absolutely, I will do that.
Hey, how about we do it this Sunday?
Do that.
We don't have a game.
I would.
Damn!
I'm going to be in DC. I'm going to be in DC.
I gotta make sure.
I'm going to be in DC because what I want to do is I want to do the play-by-play for the game.
Okay.
I want to do the play-by-play for the game.
That's what's
I'm
up.
not really that good at Madden, but can I join? I like having fun too.
I don't know if ball game. I don't know if he.
EM,
I don't know if he got a.
EM, you're going to be in charge of setting. EM, you'll be in charge of setting it all up.
I got you.
You got to make it during, preferably a Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday night. All right, Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday night.
Thursday probably be better for me, I think.
K Flexing, is Thursday nights good for you?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, they be working me like a dog. I don't know.
You might.
I don't plan ahead. Monday and Tuesday really my only off days.
I've seen K Flexing play Madden. You could play the first game. You'll be done for the day.
Do you know how good I am? I think like I'm trolling. You know how good I am at Madden? It'll be unfair.
Man,
like
straight.
Bro,
really flex. Really. I've been watching.
I know my ranked record is killing y'all in Madden. I got 160 wins and 45 losses, bro.
D1, I'm gonna be. Hey, D1, I'm gonna be. Flex as well. When I play Madden, bro, y'all heard me play ball game online or whatnot, bro. Listen, it's completely unfiltered, Steven. I don't know if you want to do that because I get real animated. I get really animated when we play that game.
I'm gonna put a parental thing on it.
Exactly.
I want to do gaming on my channel. I want to start.
I'm talking
gaming
as
on
much
my
as,
channel, but I'm not a gamer. So I need somebody to like start running the gaming stuff on the channel. So I got to introduce it. So I would love to do a 4-person Madden tournament. I think that's a great way to do it. I'm okay with that. But I want to do the play-by-play for the games. So
that's what's up.
If y'all can set that up, and maybe even TD could come on with me and do the play-by-play with me and be the color analyst.
Well, to be honest with you, that's the best thing for TD because you don't want him playing, man, for sure. TD is garbage. TD is straight trash,
but I think TD don't even know how to point out the Mike linebacker, bro.
Hey, Pete with the $5 donation said, "Whoever I play, I'm starting Jacoby. Tua don't start for me."
Bro, I've seen Pete play. Pete is buns. He's buns. I've seen him already. I don't know, bro.
Hey, D1, maybe you and Pete. Matter of fact, D1, if you're gonna do it, maybe you and Pete could play for a spot on Wednesday. You two could play on Wednesday on the morning show.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to tune in because y'all talk too much. I'll be thinking
Pete,
y'all might be.
Pete, D1, could you play on Wednesday morning?
Wednesday morning?
Yeah.
Wednesday morning. I
During the
don't
morning
know
show.
about Wednesday morning though.
Come on.
If you want to set it up for Tuesday night and then you just play it Wednesday morning, I don't
That's
know.
not a bad idea. We can do that. We can set it up for Tuesday night to play it Wednesday morning.
It's gonna.
That
I mean,
might not be a
21-0.
bad
I'm gonna
idea.
scrape Pete by 21-0. It's gonna be over.
And then
in like
whoever
10 minutes.
wins that will get the fourth spot in the Madden tournament. Are you down with that?
I'm down.
Pete, are you in? Pete, I need you in the chat. Are you in on that Tuesday night?
Pete, are you on it? What system is Pete on? Pete, are you on that PS5, bro?
Pete said night is better. Okay, so Pete, can you play Tuesday night? That's the question, Pete.
Yeah, I got the 5 though. I don't have the 4 version of the game.
Yeah. I'm on.
Pete, do
I'm
you
on
have
that 5 too,
PS5, Pete? Pete says
I
I'm in.
I see people got the 5 and playing the 4. Like that makes no sense. I came way too far to go backwards. So why are you playing on a?
Yeah. You just confirmed it.
D1. Pete's got the PS5. So
okay, I bet.
All right, so we'll record it on Tuesday night. Let's say 7 or 8 p.m. All right.
Okay.
And then we'll air it on Wednesday morning for the morning show.
Got it.
Are you down with that?
I'm down with it. Peace down.
D1, you better not lose to Pete, bro. You better not lose to Pete. I'm just letting you know now, bro.
Pete, bro. Like, that's not happening, bro. I'm a veteran, bro. I used to get paid to play Madden back in the day, bro. I was sponsored.
Don't lose, D1.
You can't lose to Pete, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be the Tua near versus the Tua hater, bro. I'm not losing.
D1, do you know how to set that up on the video to make it that we can record it?
My PlayStation is linked to my YouTube, and I could broadcast off YouTube.
But I don't want to do it live. I want to record it and then upload it.
Well, that's so you want to record while we're playing live?
Yes.
Okay.
You gonna have to screen record on OBS or something.
Yeah, screen record on that or Twitch or something if you have. Or
I have Twitch. I just don't know how to use Twitch.
Well,
Twitch is also
D1,
live.
I got to be honest, D1. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a little time. I'm off today, so I got a little time a little later on. We don't have to wait till, we don't have to delay this any further.
I'm at work right now. When I get out at 4, I'm going home and I'm gonna send you.
Mug boy, thank you. Mug boy. You already
request.
know. I don't know what these dudes talking about.
Hey, D1, can you when you do that, can you practice like recording it while you're doing it so that we know what to do on Tuesday night?
Okay.
Can you do that?
I'll do it.
All right.
Because I haven't broadcast on my 5 yet. I've done it on the 4, so I'll get it set up.
All right, my man. All right, and so so just so everybody knows, Wednesday morning, D1 versus Pete. You guys can't make an announcement. Like whoever wins, y'all got to be quiet till the morning show. All right.
Oh my God, that's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be fire. And then you know what? I'll have, if we can have it set up that way, I'll have EM, maybe K Flex and TD.
So are we picking different teams or are we picking the Dolphins?
I don't play with no team but the Dolphins.
I don't play with no other team but the Dolphins unless
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's fine.
We'll make it good. Crystal Laka says, make sure to update your systems in games. I'm excited now. Like I'm stoked. I'm stoked that this is gonna happen. Tuesday night, it's gonna be crazy.
Anybody that
you both can't be the Dolphins, can you?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So one team will just be like green and the other will be white. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all listen. Y'all better ask the Great One DeVore and Ball Game what time it is with EM. Y'all
Look at the names
know.
you just named. Look who you just named.
Bruh, Great One DeVore, really, bro? Really, bro?
You know what? I've been trying to get you too, Flex, but you've been running for years. You know I've been coming at you and calling you out.
You haven't. Now watch this. Watch it. Every time you call me, I thought I don't play the game no more. Like right now, I don't play Madden, but I'm gonna try.
Wait. Why you don't play? You not streaming Madden on your channel anymore?
Nah, you know, man. I did that a long time.
Trey Burton says he's ranked.
Oh yeah.
Trey Burton says he's ranked 4th online.
He's ranked 4th?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't mean anything because you could be 500 wins and 498 losses and you ranked up high. It's all about the number of games you play.
He been playing majority. He been playing fifth graders for the majority of the time, bro. Stop. I don't give a damn, man.
Bro,
Come on, man.
I'll be in the jungle, man. I play MUT. I got an all Dolphins MUT team. You know, playing the squads. I'm in this heavy, bro.
Hey, Pete said, "Flex, I found you."
They don't even know. Pete, they don't even know. Like I really used to play Madden every day. Like I'm not I don't play casual. I used to really play. Like not competitive, but I used to really play all day.
And
I was a Madden YouTuber. I was
And-
a Madden YouTuber before I came to Dolphins. Go look at my old videos.
I know. And your point is what? What's your point? What does that got to do with you?
So when I beat you,
I got videos of me playing Madden on my YouTube channel too with other people, bro. We all in it.
You know what? Back in the day, when like when Great One and K Flexen and Doug and it was somebody else too that played Madden that was Dolphin centric. I used to, just before this was like 5, 6, 7 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I used to try to make it a point. I would get in their chats. I would call K Flexen out. I would call Great One out. I had a goal to destroy all these YouTubers, bro, because they really thought they could play Madden.
Steven, let me tell you something.
That's truly what was my goal.
Go ahead, Flex.
One time I actually did live stream on YouTube, and I was playing Dolphin fans on YouTube. On YouTube, and I beat them all by like 40-0. I played like 3 of them, and they're all talking like EM, and I beat them like, we really do this, and I beat them by. They didn't score a touchdown.
EM's a professional trash talker.
But anyway, I like what Pete said in the chat. Yeah, put it on the screen.
Pete, Flex was a true number one.
Yeah, talk to him.
Man, get out of here. Flex is garbage.
All right, guys, let's do final thoughts of the day. Marcus, you go first. Marcus.
Yeah. All right. So, final thoughts. Just got to say, first of all, K-Flex, love channel, watched for years. Honestly, you're one of like the OG. What?
He said past tense. He said watched. What I do? I made you mad.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I hate you now. I haven't seen your channel in like 20 years. But no, I'm just talking. Yeah. I'm talking past tense because like back in 2019, you were like you, Doug, and TD were like the 3 guys who were really doing it on YouTube, and so it just gotta give you that shout out.
That's crazy. I've been doing this shit since 2013. Goddamn, but go ahead.
Okay, but like they're the ones that come up.
Marcus, you're always gonna upset somebody. Just keep going.
I don't care. Anyways, so that being said, right, love your show, love your stuff. Back to the game. Happy it's Victory Monday. Gotta love it. 5 straight. Not the prettiest game in the world, but you can't exactly call a game you win by 11 points a bad game. That being said, I do hope our offense is able to work out some of those kinks, and I think we can. We've got a bye week, so we've got a bye week. We've got the Jets, so hopefully we can use that to maybe figure something out to try and get some improvement out of it. I think getting some improvement out of the O-line is going to be the biggest issue. But, just see some more stuff so we can maybe start scoring, 27 points a game, 28 points a game instead of, 20, 22. And I think if we can get to that, then, we might be looking at like deep playoff run because this defense, 20 points on this defense means you're a really good team. So, I think we got there's a lot of good to look forward to. There's a lot of hope. Just, don't go drinking the Kool-Aid too quickly,
Oh, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm drinking
drink all the Kool-Aid, man.
That man is drunk. That man is drunk off the Kool-Aid.
Marcus, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
No, thank you. Have a good day.
All right, man. Let me bring on Andrevius. There's an Igbo fan club?
I was trying to figure it out. That's literally the only reason why I jumped back on here because I didn't know we actually had Igbo fans. Dolphins win again. Victory Monday. We still find ways to argue with each other, but hey, it's life. Y'all have a good one. I'm out.
I love it, man. All right, let me do EM Dolphin. I'll save the YouTubers for last.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Respect to Flex, respect to D1. Man, I can't wait till we get this man thing going. But anyway, I'm telling you, man, this is getting to be. We're getting spoiled with this Victory Monday stuff, bro. It feels good. Another victory, bro, this week, and going into our bye. Hopefully, we can get healthy. Hopefully, we can find out we can get Will Fuller back and see. I don't know what's going on there, but whatever's going on in his life, man. Hopefully we can get him back after the bye week and just push for this playoff run, man. And Tua, respecting him. He had another, very efficient day, bro. He's stacking up these games, and this might be a little premature, but he potentially could be making that conversation that they're going to have in the offseason. And with that player down in Houston, he's making that conversation very difficult at this point. So hopefully he continues on, his development. Hopefully he continues to improve, and maybe playoffs are, might be a little far fetched right now because of the hole we dug himself, but I'm just loving everything I'm seeing, the growth development with the team overall. So with that being said, man, salute to everybody, man. Shout out to everyone in the comments that are always showing Steve some love, man. And fins up, baby. Let's get it.
Fins up.
Fins up. Love it.
For sure.
All right, man. Thank you, EM. Before I let everybody go, do want to remind you all tomorrow, 8 a.m., special guest will be on a little bit later than 8 a.m., but it'll be Seth Levitt from the Fish Tank from the Miami Dolphins Podcast Network. My man Seth will be on. We'll talk about the Dolphins. It'll be a lot of fun, so make sure you guys check that out. Also, remind you all tomorrow, live every Tuesday night, Hellfins, a Spanish-speaking podcast for the Miami Dolphins. That will be a lot of fun, so make sure you guys, if you speak a little Espanol, you guys check out my man Paris, Chochos, and Armand. And then also Wednesday night will be a fun show, too. Angel Ortiz in the Fire and Ice Combat Sports Podcast, live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. He'll have a coaches panel on, so it'll be fun. Coaches, he'll have a lot of MMA coaches from around the way, and they're going to talk about, just the state of the game and a lot of things that have to do with MMA. So make sure you guys check that out. It'll be a lot of fun. All right. Now, the YouTubers are left. We're going to go with D1. I'm going to save K Flexing for last because he don't get up here often. So D1, go ahead, my man.
Great show as always, Stephen D. K Flex, nice to see you up here and stuff, man. I've been watching your stuff for a couple of years now. And
are you
like
D1 chosen one? Chosen?
Yes, that's
yeah, you've been doing it for a while. Yeah, I didn't know it was D1. I know.
Yeah, what's goody, bro?
Oh my god, yeah, you've been doing it for a minute.
Yo, it's crazy that y'all two haven't really talked like that in all these years either.
Nah, but I know I've always known him.
I stayed with you. I told you I'm more of the trash talking part of it, of this football stuff with the Dolphins.
That's fine.
So,
I still love you though.
But yeah, I can't wait to play this Madden game. I can't wait to play y'all. 5-game win streak, going for 6 in another couple of weeks. If I know I'm thinking ahead, but if we do make it to the playoffs after 1-7, there is no doubt that Flores should be coach of the year. It shouldn't even be a discussion if that happens.
100%.
It shouldn't even be a discussion if we make the playoffs.
Should have won it last year.
Yeah,
the year before that, really.
But y'all have a great day, my Dolphin family.
Hey, D1, real quick before you go, you're gonna set everything up. It's gonna be on you that this gets done because I have no idea. I just want it to happen on my channel.
Gotcha.
All right, so you need to get in contact with me and let me know how everything works and how we need to do this.
Yeah, I'll give you because I think I got an idea. I may just have my PlayStation go on to your YouTube account, and then it'll be playing from there.
That's fine. We can
or something like. All right.
Well, remember, StreamYard can record, so we can do it through Twitch on StreamYard, so we can do it that way. All right.
All right, man. Y'all be safe, man.
Be easy, man. All right. Last but not least, my brother from another mother. I love this, man. I wish we could do more stuff.
Yeah.
You're just so busy, man. But just know that from afar, I'm always loving everything that you do, and I'm always in support of you. And I always want to do stuff with you, man. You're the man, K Flex. What's up?
Appreciate it. Yeah, I just want to say appreciate you having me, all the guests, all the people that was on the panel. It was love. It was a lot of fun. I ain't want to stay this long, but it was a lot of fun, so I stayed this long. But I do want to say, so on my channel, y'all, if you don't know my channel, I'm K Flexing, and also I'm trying to start this podcast. I've been saying this for a minute, but I have a guest. I'm supposed to record at like 3:00, so I might make a podcast episode soon.
So, I mean, the one that you're supposed to have on my channel that you've talked about for months?
This one, I don't know. Because this one might be too X-rated for your channel. No, I'm just kidding. but so we're finna start this podcast. I'm finna try to get right with the YouTube. I'm inconsistent, but I'm gonna try to get right. But I had something else to say. Jolie, I don't know if Jolie's still here, but she asked me a question. I never got to answer it, but Joe Brady. That was the answer. Anyways, other than that, I'm happy I was on here, and and check out my channel because I got some fun stuff coming.
K Flex, and go check him out. Go support the homie. You're the man, K Flex. Love you, brother. Be good.
Appreciate you.
All right. Hey, look, this has been a great show today. I've really enjoyed everybody on the channel. I do want to play a song before y'all go, but do want to remind you, hey, look, if you want to donate to the channel and help the channel grow, there's one of three ways you can do it. You can do it by using the YouTube Live Super Chat, which is the $ down at the bottom of the chat. You guys can use the PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network, or you can do Cash App, which is also MSM Podcast Network. And also here are the links if you guys want to have the links to those on PayPal or Cash App, and do it up there as well. And I'll just throw it in the chat here for you guys. I do want to let you all know we got a big week lined up for you, but it is a bye week. So just enjoy the family. Just enjoy having a good time. But we're going to have a good time tomorrow. Wednesday sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. We get this stuff going on. But I love the fans. I love y'all are the best fans in the world. There's nobody better than you. So this song is dedicated to you, the fans, right here on Clap Blackers, home of the #1 Miami fan sports show, Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Let's go.
If you want to water, let me see you jump.
Sound like there was.
If you're down with the fans, let me see you just. If you want to water, let me see you just. If you had the hard ride, let me see you just. Get some space, get some space, get some space, kinda.
Waddle with it, 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 waddle with it. Waddle with it, 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 waddle with it.
That's first down. Yeah. That's touchdown. Yeah. You want more? Yeah. Hey, Dolphins, won't you throw it up? Won't you throw it up? You in that east side, gon' throw it up. Gon' throw it up. What about that west side? Gon' throw it up. Gon' throw it up. Over in that yellow line, gon' throw it up. Won't you throw it up? If you down with them fans, let me see you jump. If you wanna water, let me see you jump. If you had the hard ride, let me see you jump.
Do that waddle. Shake it.
If you down with them fans, let me see you jump. If you wanna water, let me see you jump. If you had the hard ride, let me see you jump.
Do that waddle. Shake it. Waddle with it, 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 waddle with it. Waddle with it, 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 waddle with it.
That's first down. Yeah. That's touchdown. Yeah. You want more? Yeah.
Miami Sports Music, Clap Blackers.
Shake it.
I remind y'all the best fans in the world. We'll see y'all tomorrow right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Clap Blackers. Let's go. See y'all tomorrow, baby. Love y'all. Peace.